very good morning, Sanbonani. Molweni, Dumelang Bakhaitso. Goeiemorgen. Welcome. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show with live, large, and in charge. Boy, reporting for duty, Senor Carlito.
Yes, hello. Yes, my brother. Yes, man. Hi. My name is Carl Wasty. It's so nice to have you along for what is going to be a phenomenal day. It's a day of information, learning, education, but more importantly, celebration of life.
Absolutely, because it is Health Tuesday on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we're here to keep you informed. And first up, we're going to be focusing on epilepsy and what the disorder entails, including how to react when someone is actually having an epileptic fit, because all too often it's that kind of nuanced information you need to have short of hand in order for you to react. Exactly.
And I think that's going to be so powerful for you. So if anybody in your family is somebody who has epilepsy, please get them around the TV. I think education is so important. That's what I was talking about earlier. To entertain us, we have to make sure that we focus, all right? So we've got a spotlight on some youth as we meet 16-year-old artist Peyton Late, plus Supernova, and two performers in one show. I mean, come on.
It's going to be an incredible one indeed, and hopefully you're looking forward to the next 3 hours spent in our company as much as we appreciate yours as well. Let's say hello to another bright spark of the family. What's up, G-Man?
Nice haircut.
Thank you. All those words are just flying past my shaven head. Welcome, guys. Absolutely love connecting with you, gents, and you at home. This is going to be a very special and a vitally important day. We obviously have a health focus on a Tuesday morning, and this morning we are focusing on epilepsy. I've been with someone, next to someone having an epileptic fit, and it was terrifying for me. So I cannot imagine what it must be like for someone actually dealing with this disorder on a daily basis, or let alone family members, children. It is a very difficult space to navigate, but there is help on hand, and we've got an amazing panel coming through to chat, and we want to hear your thoughts and your insights, any advice that you have, especially if you've been walking this path yourself. So please share your experiences with us this morning, share your advice, and use that WhatsApp line throughout the show. In fact, you can chat to us about absolutely anything. We love it as always. It's a safe space, and we'd love to get your thoughts this morning. 063-408-8863. Drop us a voice note. We'd love to hear from you and broadcast it to the world. Now, I know I say this every day, but I have a feeling today might be the best day ever. So let's get it started. Officially give you some of those major talking points, and I'll delve into the sport. Carl standing by with the news.
Thanks a lot, G. Let's take a peek, and starting with national news, the Association of Wholesalers of Liquid Fuel has raised the alarm about an imminent fuel shortage countrywide. Now, the association says South Africa's strategic fuel reserves have run dry and could lead to petrol stations also not having fuel. The association's CEO, Peter Morgan, says the situation is attributed to the fact that South Africa is now a fuel importing and no longer a refining country. He says being dependent on imported fuel is a big gamble. The only remaining crude oil refinery operating in South Africa is the Natref refinery that is out in Sasolburg. Now, George in the Western Cape is preparing to roll out the first drive-through vehicle and registration office in the the province, in fact. And now the satellite office will handle motor vehicle registrations inside, while the drive-through will deal with motor vehicle license renewals. Municipality spokesperson Chantal Edwards said the new office would handle bulk services at the inside counters, and the innovative drive-through service would only be for customers to renew up to a maximum of 2 motor vehicle licenses at a time. Now on to international news. The warring sides in Ethiopia were preparing yesterday for peace talks in Pretoria aimed at finding a solution to a brutal 2-year conflict. The war stems from a power struggle between the federal government and the authorities in Tigray, which dominated a coalition that governed Ethiopia for almost 3 decades. The conflict has killed thousands, displaced millions, and left hundreds of thousands on the brink of famine. The talks, mediated by the African Union, the AU, have been shrouded in secrecy, and the AU declined to answer questions from the media. Now, an air raid targeting one of Myanmar's largest ethnic insurgent groups has killed at least 50 people and wounded about 100, reports say. Eyewitnesses in Kachin State, northern Myanmar, say aircraft dropped 3 bombs on a concert in Kanzi village. Villagers said there was no warning before the raid. The concert in Kanzi was to mark the 62nd anniversary of the rebel army's campaign for autonomy. And now a group of 20 Operation Smile South Africa volunteers consisting of plastic and reconstructive surgeons, pediatricians, therapists and psychosocial specialists have joined hands with hospital staff of the Nelson Mandela Academic Hospital in Mthatha in an effort to put smiles back on a number of kids' faces. Now this, as in the last few days, an adult and 23 children have received life-changing cleft lip surgery. The Eastern Cape MEC for Health, Noma Kosazana Meth, praised the work done in the Nelson Mandela Academic Hospital by Operation Smile South Africa. Meth said that these procedures by Operation Smile had not only put a smile back on faces, but also changed lives for the better. She said it was a life-saving effort, and she added, and I quote, kids with cleft lips or palates have serious challenges to speak and eat in their communities. Stigmas are attached to this, so we are extremely happy that the doctors were able to come to do these operations and put smiles back on the faces of these kids. On that smiley note, I wrap up with the news desk. Of course, there's one more update, in fact, two more coming up on the show at the top of the hour. But of course, here's some sport, and Graham is, as always, standing by.
Thank you so much, Carlito. I'm so sorry to start on this note, but South Africa's miserable relationship with rain at World Cups continued. That's after their opening game at the T20 World Cup came to a premature end, with South Africa just 13 runs away from a revised target of 67 in 7 overs against Zimbabwe. So the match was reduced to 9 overs per side, and Zimbabwe posting a modest total of 79 for 5 before Quinton de Kock. He lashed out with an unbeaten 47 of 18 balls, as South Africa reached 51 for no loss in just 3 overs. The target was reduced to then 64 in 7 overs after another short break, but the match was then officially ended following another heavy shower, and then the points were shared. Then some great news, but a bit of a wait on the Springbok front. The Boks will line up against New Zealand at Twickenham for only the second time ever, when they clash in their Rugby World Cup warm-up fixture, and that's on Friday the 25th of August next year. The match against the All Blacks follows another warm-up fixture a week earlier, and that's up against Wales. And South Africa will get their defence of their title underway officially against Scotland on the 10th of September before playing Romania, Ireland and Tonga in a pretty cool group in Rugby World Cup Pool B encounters in France. I hope I haven't jinxed us by saying that. Then we move locally to football. Manqoba Mngqithi has effectively been demoted to 3rd in the coaching hierarchy by Mamelodi Sundowns. Perhaps the writing was on the wall after this last weekend's performance. It means that Rulani Mokoena now takes over as the sole Sundowns head coach with immediate effect, with Steve Kompela now moving into the first team coaching position, while Mngqithi, he gets dropped into the role of senior coach. This decision comes following Sundowns' 3-0 demolition at the hands of Orlando Pirates, ending their MTN 8 title defence. And Mokwena's first game in charge happens to be tonight, and it's up against Maritzburg United. Then more movers and shakers in the footballing frame as we move further afield. Unai Emery has now been confirmed as the new Aston Villa head coach. So Emery obviously replaces Steven Gerrard, who was sacked last week. That was after their defeat to Fulham. The Spaniard led Villarreal to the Europa League title last year after beating Man United in that final. Emery won 3 successive Europa League titles between 2013 and 2016 with Sevilla, before going on to lift a Ligue 1 championship in France as well, and then 2 French Cups, 2 French League Cups and 2 Trophée des Champs with PSG as well. So the credentials are there. The first game in charge of the club will be on the 6th of November when they host Man United. And that's where we leave our sporting lineup for now. We'll touch on those headlines again at 7. It is a brand new day, so let's get you prepped with the weather.
Well, in the latest update, the SA Weather Service has issued a yellow level 2 warning for severe thunderstorms with potential for strong damaging winds and hail, including heavy rain, this over the escarpment and the eastern Highveld in Mpumalanga, as well as the eastern parts of Limpopo province for today. Now, this could lead to localized flooding of susceptible formal and informal settlements, as well as roads. Now, the predicted weather is also expected to cause difficulty with regard to driving conditions. The Weather Service has also warned of extremely high fire danger conditions over the David Kruiper, Khai, Garib, and the Khai local municipalities in the Northern Cape. Now, thousands of hectares of grazing land has of late been destroyed by wildfires in parts of the Northern Cape, and many farmers have suffered huge losses. And we wish them all of the best, of course, in their recovery efforts. Now, from extreme weather conditions, let's quickly take a look at some of your morning sunrise pictures that you've sent us, starting off with this dusky image sent in from Lloyd and EJ Peterson all the way out in George, showing off the violet hues slowly coming up. A brilliant way of starting the morning. Then also Dudley from Woodbridge Island shared this bright and early view of the sun rays over the water glittering up the still waters. This is absolutely stunning. Thank you very much. Then Charmaine Yankee shared this vibrant orange-filled sky with chunky clouds from outside her home, also in George, certainly one of my favorite places to visit. And then Fauzi Tobias captured this spectacular shot of the sun and clouds meeting halfway over the ocean as she starts her morning with a delightful cup of coffee. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Also, last but not least, we've got Jadwin, who snapped this perfect shot of the bold and beautiful sun peeking over the hills far out in the distance, lighting up the skies out in Oudtshoorn on this Tuesday morning. Look at that. We absolutely love it. Thank you so much. Do continue to share your sunrise photos or videos with us via WhatsApp. Our line and our number is 063-408-8863. All right, now let's quickly take a look at the temperatures all around the country, starting off in Polokwane, a low of 17 and a high of 31. In Mbombela, a low of 19 and a high of 31 with a 40% chance of rain and thunderstorms there. In Pretoria, 15 to 29. Johannesburg, a low of 14 and a high of 28. And over in Mahikeng, 15 to 34. And Claresdorp, 15 to 33. Taking a look at Kimberley, a low of 13 and a high of 32 can be expected. Meanwhile, Bloemfontein, 11 to 30. Richards Bay, 21 to 30 with a 4% chance of rain. And Pietermaritzburg, 15 to 30 with a 41% chance of rain there. In Durban, a low of 20 and a high of 29. Mthatha, 12 to 26. Now in East London, you can expect a low of 13 and a high of 23 with a 42% chance of rain. In Cradock, similar chances of rain in that part of the country and a low of 9 and a high of 26. In Gqeberha, a low of 14 and a high of 21. In George, 13 to 19. Now out in the mother city, there's a 57% chance of rain today with a low of 14 and a high of 20. Worcester, 8 to 27. Sutherland, a low of 5 and a high of 23. And topping things off in Uppington, a low of 16 and a high of 33 degrees Celsius. But as always, no matter what the weather looks like in your part of the country, here's to hoping it's going to be a terrific Tuesday.
Thank you so much, Catman. All right, y'all, step inside. I need a little bit of help. It is Tuesday, which means it's Tuesday, which means I need your guys' help to choose what I'm going to wear today for the show. It's heating up outside, it's heating up in our studio. I need to dress down a little bit. And this season is all about summer style, understandably. And today, we're keeping it nice and casual with shorts, tees, and shirts. So this is what I need your help choosing between. So option one is a pair of grey cotton deck shorts paired with a nice plain white tee. And then we've thrown over a nice linen shirt that screams summer and cool. And then we're going to follow it up with some nice leather sneakers, which I'm digging. Then we've got option two. It's a nice pair of abrasion slim fit denim shorts, like the fading there, really cool, with a nice bold foliage slim fit cotton t-shirt, and that's styled with faux leather crossover mules. Really cool. I dig them both. I would wear them both, but I need your choice to help me decide this morning. So head over to Expresso's social media pages and then vote for your favorite look. And don't forget to include hashtag styled by Willies. I really do appreciate it. Thanks so much.
I've been vibing, yeah. Me and my folks all good, that sun is shining. Ay, chillin' with my feet kicked up like I ain't trying. Yeah, this is what I want on summer, yeah. Gangs all here, let's run it, yeah. This is what I want on summer, yeah. Gangs all here, let's run it, yeah. Vibes right here, 100, yeah.
Only you can make my day.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us. You can see I am really enthused for today's discussion. Being a Health Tuesday, we are focusing on epilepsy this morning, and something we really do need to spread education around. Now, did you know that epilepsy, in fact, affects 1 in every 100 people in South Africa? So there are around 50 million people worldwide who suffer from this disorder. With us this morning to share their perspective a little bit more about epilepsy is the director of the Western Cape branch of Epilepsy South Africa, Wendy Neft, and then epilepsy sufferers, Gabriella or Gabby Joseph and Jessie Williams, who are both living with the condition. Thank you so much for coming out. Thank you for doing what you do every day. First of all, your organization is amazing, Wendy. But to Jessie and Gabby, thank you so much. I have a feeling there is a lot of uncertainty in this space. We need to hear directly from people living in the space. So thank you so much for being brave enough to sit in front of all of these people on this amazing couch. No pressure. No, we cannot wait to hear from you, Jessie. But Wendy, I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
Can you break it down for us in layman's terms? What is epilepsy and how does it actually affect a person? Because I would imagine there's varying degrees within that space as well.
Absolutely. Thanks, Graham. I think I just need to note that we are not medical professionals. So I think it's very important. We come from Epilepsy South Africa, comes from a perspective of building capacity and agency within the person with epilepsy for improved quality of life.
Empowerment, yeah.
Absolutely. So epilepsy could be generally described as a recurrent pattern of seizures which happens. And I say recurrent because one episode of epilepsy, of a seizure, does not mean that you have epilepsy.
Okay.
Absolutely. So it takes a series of seizures before doctor could diagnose. And particularly with epilepsy, really being you have many what we call epilepsies.
Okay.
So there are different types of epilepsies. And the most common one, which people often see, is that when the person drops down and shakes.
And has the convulsions.
And has the convulsions, absolutely. So that's the most common one. And that is called your generalized seizures.
Okay.
The reason for that is like an electrical storm going across your brain. And it covers all areas of the brain. Then the other one, which is quite common also, is called your partial seizures, where one part of the brain, it doesn't spread across.
Okay, it's
one part of the brain is localized, and you might have twitches, or your sense of smell or sense of taste can disappear. Okay. With generalized, you're normally unconscious for a few minutes, but with partial, and then also, partial seizures, let me just go to one. Focal seizures is one with one. Your partial seizures, absent seizures, is when, particularly in childhood, when I think it's important for people to know that the learner in the class could often be perceived as having just looking...
Just not being involved,
just not being
out. Oh, wow.
Staring into space. And the educator wouldn't often know what is happening. And more often than not, the child could be seen to be daydreaming.
Oh, yeah.
So what we do with our education is to inform them that they need to observe the children, because after a few minutes, the child will come back. But what happens after that is very important. It's important for the educator to be with the learner and explain that we were talking about maths. This is what was happening.
Bring them back.
And bring them back to the environment. So
we're going to
very
expand.
important.
We're going to expand on exactly what to do in that instance. And I'm going to focus for one entire section just on that, so we can give people the tools. What's hitting me here as I'm hearing you, we're speaking so matter-of-factly about these things. Does that terrify you to hear these things spoken out loud? What has your experience been like with epilepsy? When did it first come into your life journey, and how have you lived through this crazy part of your life?
It started last year in April.
Wow, so it's new.
Yeah,
Sure.
so one day it just happened. I was rushed to hospital. We did a few scans and tests, and they all came back clear. So all the tests that I have done have come back inconclusive, but the seizures kept on occurring after that. So I was officially diagnosed in June of 2021. And after that, after being put on meds, I was seizure-free for a month, and then I relapsed again in July. So just when I thought, okay, I'm getting used to it now, I relapsed again in July, and from there on, it would happen so 2 or 3 times a month. But then it started becoming less frequent after my medication was increased. So I've been on medication. I am currently still on medication. But my last seizure was on the 21st of November, 2021. So this year, God willing, I'll be celebrating 1 year seizure free.
1 full year, God willing, indeed.
Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing that, because I kind of envision this as a lifelong journey that you've got all this time to get used to and understand. Bam, at this stage of your life, incredible. Gabriella, give us a beautiful smile, because I want you to please think about something. We're going to chat to you in just a moment. But you've written a book to help other people move through this journey of life. So I'm going to get into the motivation as to why you feel it's so necessary to share your experiences in just a moment. But we'd love to hear from you guys at home. If you do have experience with epilepsy, maybe a family member, or you yourself living with it right now, how do you cope? What are the important things for family members, colleagues, and friends to know? 0634088863. Our wonderful panel's not going anywhere. I suggest you don't move a muscle either.
Well, amazing and inspiring stories indeed, and I hope that you find enlightenment in them. We'll continue that discussion a little bit later on, but right now, it's time to get the blood pumping. It is a Health Tuesday, and we're helping you to build your abs, which does more than just help you to look good and look toned. In fact, a strong core can improve your posture, your stability, your balance, as well as reduce sports-related injuries and lower back pain. And here to take us through some of these targeted exercises is fitness trainer Paul Jordan. Great to see you again, brother, man. It's been a while since you and I have done something.
It's been a while. It's been a couple of months.
Are you? Yeah, it's a couple of months. All right. Okay, I'm ready for it. So what are we doing today?
We're going to do a quick, easy ab routine, probably mostly groundwork.
Yeah.
So let's get straight into it.
Yeah. So hopefully at home you're joining in. Whatever you're doing, move the table, move the chairs. Here we go.
So anyone can be doing this from home. Super easy.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to start off by laying on our back. Start off with flutter kicks.
Flutter kicks.
Okay, we're going to do 10 per leg, so it's about 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep it there.
So you're keeping your core nice and tight and engaged. You got your chin like on your chest, or aiming towards your chest.
And once you're done with your 20, we can go into small leg raises. So yeah.
Small leg. Oh.
Just nice and low. Slow. No need to rush.
Okay.
Feel the extension, feel the contraction. Just keep it there. Keep it there. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and flutter kicks again.
Wow, okay.
Keep it there.
Hello.
Targeting the lower abdominal section.
Good morning, abs. Where have you been all year long?
And 3, 2, 1. Leg raises.
Okay.
1.
Paul just said to me like 5 minutes ago, don't worry, I'm not gonna kill you today.
Let's go. After this, rest 5 seconds, and then we're gonna hit the upper abdominal section. And 3, 2, 1. All right, you can bring your knees up, heels on the ground.
Okay.
How does that feel? Feel better?
You know that burn that makes you feel like for a second and then you let it go, so it feels good.
All right, next one, we're gonna be doing heel touches.
Okay.
So this is gonna be training your obliques from the side, so you please make an effort. Try and get to your heels.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna start with left.
I'm usually good at those.
2, 3.
Heel touches on my
4,
thing.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, we can space our feet a little bit more forward and go into a crunch position.
Into a crunch position.
Into a crunch position, right. Here we go. 1.
Okay.
3. 4. Give me one more, rest.
I got it.
4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, give me 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. There's an easy routine anyone can be doing from home.
You want to learn a foreign language? Do abs.
All right, take 5 seconds, and you just retake the routine every 5 minutes.
So we go from flutter kicks into our leg raises, into our ankle touches.
Yeah, heel touches, and then into crunches.
All right, let's do one more.
Let's do one more.
As we get into the next ad break.
Flutter kicks, and let's go.
Our conversation regarding our Health Tuesday topic, which is, of course, all about epilepsy. Remember, you can send us your voice notes on 0. Why am I even trying to, like, rattle off this number while I'm doing ads? Like, who am I trying to be? Like, what is this? 063-408-8863. Boom, got it.
All right, leg raises.
Oh, man, let's go. Let's go.
2.
Okay. We'll see you after a very short break. That's if I make it through this ab routine. So far, so good.
All right, heels on the ground.
The number of times you're going to hit snooze. How many excuses you're going to make. And the amount of obstacles that are going to stand in your way.
0.
That's also the amount of sugar in the new Energade Zero sports drink. With zero compromise on taste and performance. Step up your game with new Energade Zero. It's what you put in.
Defeat your mucus monster, Mucofizz. Loosen mucus and phlegm for clearer airways. Brought to you by Pharmadynamics.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for rejoining this vitally important discussion around epilepsy. Did you know that 75% of people with epilepsy will experience their first seizure before the age of 20. Wow, let that sink in. We are continuing our all-important discussion this morning on epilepsy with Director of Western Cape Branch of Epilepsy South Africa, Wendy Neft, and then epilepsy sufferers Gabriella Joseph and Jesse Williams. Gabby, I'm going to start with you. Thank you so much for sticking around, and thank you so much for your contribution in this space. You've recently written a book. Why was it so important for you to tell the story? What are you wanting to educate or empower people around when it comes to epilepsy?
Well, basically, I just want to encourage people who are epileptic and have family members and community members who are surrounded with individuals by epilepsy to understand that it is not the end of the road. A lot of stigma that comes with epilepsy is that sometimes people are incapable of doing a lot of things, like maybe functioning like a normal person, but that isn't true. And with this book, I just like to get the message out there that maybe saying no to every situation, whether it's epilepsy or any other health condition, is maybe not always the best answer. That little bit of faith that we have in ourselves and that the rest of people have in us motivates us and actually could be a little bit stronger than the medicine we receive sometimes.
Wow. That is the human condition. Gabby, I absolutely love that. We've had a couple of voice notes come through already. I'm going to chat now to Anonymous in just a moment. We're going to get their perspective. Jesse, maybe I can put it to you. How different do you feel as opposed to how people treat you? Because this has only started recently, and you are so young, kind of on the foot of adulthood, if you will. How do you feel walking that line now?
I've kind of gotten used to it. In the beginning, it felt like I was this person wrapped in bubble wrap.
Yeah.
Everyone would constantly ask me, are you okay? Are you okay? Since I don't know what kind of triggers my seizures, most of it is stress and anxiety. So one of the main triggers is the flashing lights. So that doesn't really trigger me, but when we are out in public and I'm with my friends and they'll say, Jessie, don't look, Jessie, don't look, and I'm...
People suddenly throwing their tops over your head. No, no, get out of here.
And it's something that I don't really pay attention to anymore, but I'm grateful and glad that they still keep it in mind and that they care about that. But I've kind of gotten used to it. I used to think a lot when I used to get the seizures. I used to think every day, am I going to get a seizure today? Especially when I leave the house, or if I'm at a friend's house.
On your own.
Yes, I always think, am I going to get a seizure today? When I'm at school, when I'm at work, I think, am I going to get a seizure today? Are these kids going to see me fall to the ground and not know what to do? But I have gotten better at it, at controlling it. It is a big mental health issue as well. It takes a toll on you.
Oh, I can imagine, yeah.
It definitely does, especially for people my age as well, because going through this, you are in, like you said, you just into adulthood.
You're supposed to be springboarding into your future.
Yes, and now, but like Gabby said, we don't always have to let it control us. Not that we control it, but to keep moving forward and to keep motivating ourselves that we are not epilepsy. It doesn't control us and it doesn't make us who we are. That we should still continue. We are still normal people. That shouldn't control who we are and control our lives.
And who cares what people think, to be honest? If it happens, as long as it's happening in a safe way or it can be managed, who cares who sees you, what happens? All I'm seeing is this can be a tool to empower you to be stronger than you ever thought you could, which is amazing to me. So thank you so much for sharing your perspective. I think, Wendy, if you don't mind, I'd like to get practical right now because I've been in that situation 3 times where someone sitting right next to me has had a fit. Thankfully, I had some idea the last time, but the first 2 times I felt absolutely helpless. Please, can you show us what to do or give us a bit of a practical? I'm going to send you across to the gents who are going to help us through this process, but please, if you don't mind, giving us a bit of a play-by-play. So I'm going to send Wendy across there now. We're going to continue chatting to Jessie and Gabby, and I'm going to continue to ask you guys to send in your perspective, your thoughts. I'd love to hear from you if you have lived with epilepsy and how you've been able to find that balance, so we can start pushing back at the stigma surrounding this condition. But we're going to get practical right now with a few tips.
Well, yeah, we've been speaking about epilepsy this morning, but what happens when you are literally sitting across or standing across somebody who is experiencing an epileptic fit?
So, you know, witnessing someone with epilepsy having a seizure can be truly frightening, but most seizures aren't an emergency. They stop on their own with no permanent ill effects.
Yeah, and there are simple steps that you can take to protect someone from harm during a seizure. So we've got Western Cape Director of Epilepsy South Africa, Wendy Neft, who's here to give us a bit of a demonstration. Firstly, have you experienced something like that, Carl, at all?
Yes, indeed, and I recall that in a first aid course that I did, sort of the basic protocol, just to make sure that the person doesn't swallow their tongue, to hit them on their side, etc. But I think that to refresh the memory, I think everybody needs that at the moment. So let's do a refresher. Can we do a scenario? Let's just say Kat and I, we are doing a live show, and Kat now has the fit and falls to the ground.
Correct.
First principles, first thought process for anybody who'd like to attend to the situation.
Correct. Kat, can you just lie down for a second?
All right. So assuming that I've now...
We're not going to showcase the full seizure, which this is the most common one. The generalized one where you have your jerks with your body, foot, it's totally uncontrollable.
Yes.
And your head is moving. So the first thing that you do, all of you here remain calm.
Yes.
Okay.
That is the most important thing.
Yeah.
And obviously people tend to migrate towards the person who's having the seizure. So I would then come along and I'll check it's 36 minutes past 6.
36 minutes.
So 36 minutes.
Time check is important.
Time you.
Okay, time check.
So to your left.
To my left.
Turn to your left. I'll put you in a recovery position.
All right.
Legs, move your knees up. There we go. One leg over the other.
One leg over the other.
And relax. Okay. Now remember, the person is unconscious.
Yeah.
And what is happening, you can see the position of the head here.
Yes.
So what you've got to do first is to try and cushion the head. The person is relaxed, cushion the head. If there are no cushions, take a jacket. Also what I say is use your elbow so that the head can jerk against your elbow and not the ground.
Hard floor, okay.
Correct. So you'll also see you've got to open up the airways.
Wendy,
like
can
that.
we try and
the other way around, sure.
so we can
So that the audience can
show
see.
the airway being cleared.
Correct. So now I've lifted you up and I've put a pillow on here,
Okay.
and you'll have jerking. So basically it is doing this to keep the head from being injured. There we go. There we go, nice and calm. Okay, and remember the person is still jerking at this time. So you open the airways, and if there's any liquid and moisture coming out, don't put your finger in the mouth.
All right.
You clear it gently, remember
Yes.
the dignity of a person.
Absolutely.
So you clear the dignity, and you just assist as the person jerks. You just make sure he comes back to the recovery position, and then wait and be calm, most importantly. It is the most common neurological condition. So that is the importance of us having very common sense, basic seizure management. So the person is there, I'm timing it, and it's been 2 minutes.
Right.
That's still fine. And please, I'll do the don'ts. Do not put anything into the mouth. Do not put anything. What is happening is that the muscles might be contracting.
Yeah.
And all that's going to happen to you is going to bite your finger. So don't do that.
So in the last situation, I was in the convulsions, there was a lot of movement of the arms, and I found that people were they were pressing down the arms of the person.
In order to restrict them from
They were trying to restrict
movement.
them. So tell me about, was that a good procedure or?
Very bad.
Okay.
It's very simple. I think we as people, we want to help.
Yes.
And we think the way to help is to, this is a better position, stay down, stay down.
All right.
You allow the person and you allow the seizure to continue until the person calms down. You will see the muscle starts relaxing.
And how long would a seizure be? Just, I know that it's never easy to tell, but...
It's not easy to tell, but I've got to remain calm and I've got to time it.
Okay.
So if it's more than 6 minutes,
yes,
then we start becoming a bit worried because the air needs to go freely there. So when it's 6 minutes, then seek help. It's easier to say seek an ambulance, but we know what situations are.
Yes.
So try and keep the person as calm as possible.
I was about to ask that in that process, does it help to speak and vocalize, be calm? We've got your back, everything is all right.
Reassure the person.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Because that leads us to when you are waking up, you might be a bit disorientated.
Right.
You don't know who this woman is with this hair in your face. And I will tell you, I'm Wendy, and I'm here to support you.
Right.
And you talk the person through until you are calm. But importantly, there's lots of myths about putting things in the mouth, burning. Now remember, if you have a flame in front of your nose, then you won't be able to breathe.
Yeah.
So those are basic things that can happen.
I love the fact that we've gone through it. I think there's some principles there. Of course, remember, our shows are always available to you on YouTube if you missed out on the demonstration. But if anything happens, I think what the echoing thing was to remain as calm as possible. And then, of course, you may seek help. But, of course, calmness is the key with regard to any situation like that. And I'm so glad. Thank you so much, Wendy. And thanks a lot for all the information. This is what we're here for in your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
A bank that turns your smartphone into a point-of-sale machine.
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to our medical discussion. Now, with some adjustments, people with epilepsy can enjoy activities that may be considered dangerous by many people. The truth is that the risks are often no greater for people with epilepsy than those without. The director of the Western Cape branch of Epilepsy South Africa, Wendy Neff, took us through a brilliant practical demonstration. Thank you so much for that. And we're also joined by Gabriella Joseph on the screen and Jessie Williams, who both suffer from epilepsy right now. Before I connect with you again, Gabby, we've asked you guys at home to send through your voice notes, and we've got one from Anonymous. Let's hear from them.
Good morning, Expresso show. I wanted to ask, what causes epilepsy?
Okay, we'll shelve that one. You're going to hear one more from Madeline.
Good morning, this is Madeleine. I just need to know, how do you prevent someone from having a seizure? Besides meds, is there any natural thing that a person can give to help? Thank you, bye-bye.
Thank you, Madeleine. I love that. Okay, so Wendy, I'm going to start with you. I know you're not a medical practitioner, but you have worked in the space for a long time.
Correct.
What is ultimately the root cause of epilepsy? Do we know?
It's very strange because a lot of the causes are unknown. And we use the word idiopathic. I like that word.
Yeah, because no one knows what it means, so it's great. Yeah.
Yes. But if at early onsets within childhood, it could be at birth, there could be a lack of oxygen during the birth process, and that could then affect a particular part of the brain because of a lack of oxygen. And then most commonly is diseases and infections, meningitis, all of those things that also could impact on the brain. As we grow older, we often, children would fall, injure themselves. A year later or so, they start convulsing.
Is there a link
so there's
to concussion?
range.
Has there been a link to concussion?
Concussion, yes. Definitely depends on where the lesion is. So that is why, as we said, the EEG is important. If there's, whatever, go to your doctor. And this is what I really want to tell the parents out there, is that please write down, jot down, have a journal of every episode, because that helps the doctor
and specifics.
to diagnose, coming back to the question, to actually diagnose the source of where that is coming from.
Okay, I absolutely love that. Gabby, I'm going to turn to you now. Have you found a way to mitigate the seizures? We're going to bring Gabby back on the line in just a moment. Jessie, I'm going to put it to you then. What helps? Have you found a way to, say there's a relationship to mental stress and strain and anxiety? Controlling that, does that help? Have you attributed something to not having had a seizure for the last year? What do you think you're getting right?
Besides the meds, I do think, I'm a huge fan of music, so I always walk around with earphones in, which is sometimes a bad thing because it stresses my parents out. But music usually calms me down.
It's like Stranger Things, man. You've got to have the music, the power music, the power ballad,
So music usually helps me going on walks just to clear your mind. Yeah, just the basic everyday things, the little things, reading a book, journaling also helps. My counselor taught me more about journaling, writing down how you feel about, especially on the day, or processing it, yes. So journaling helps definitely with that.
To put it in perspective, because ultimately, as much as you can get help from other people, this is a journey you're walking alone, essentially, so I get that. Gabby, I really wanted to hear from you because you are being quite proactive in this space to break down those stigmas. In your personal journey, what do you believe needs to shift here? What help can be offered? Does it need to come from the medical fraternity? Do we need more connections like Epilepsy South Africa, that kind of network? What do you think is the key take-home for us today?
Graham, I really believe that corporate environments can incorporate epileptic training into their systems. I do know a lot of companies offer first aid training, and I do think it would be a good movement for companies to involve first aid training in terms of epilepsy within their programs. I think that would help a lot of people who are assisting the epileptic. They would also feel a whole lot more confident, and I think we tend to help out a little bit more the more knowledge we have. So I definitely believe that first aid training should definitely include epileptic and seizure administration help.
I absolutely get that, and I think it's a dual kind of battle here of breaking down that stigma, but just people being empowered, and it didn't take a lot to be able to help in a critical situation like that. But I think, for me, the most important thing is that lack of judgment. When that person comes through from a seizure, they must be in a safe place. So let's create safe places wherever we go. And if you're a custodian of any sort of environment, it means you have a responsibility to train the people living and working in that space to be able to do exactly what Wendy showed us. Jessie, thank you so much for being brave enough to open this window into your world. Thank you so much to Gabby and everybody else for weighing in on this conversation. We really do appreciate it.
Well, on the topic of health, let's turn our attention now to our healthcare professionals.
Indeed, pharmacists are not only brave, but they inspire hope within their community. And Pharmacy of the Week is a short feature acknowledging our incredible pharmacists.
Yeah, and this is our way of saying thank you to these brave healthcare workers, proudly brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave.
Let's take a look at this week's Pharmacy of the Week. Tainer Pharmacy out in Rustenburg.
Our pharmacies are on the front line of healthcare. This is Pharmacy of the Week.
It's very important for us to be part of the community. There's quite a few suburbs around here, but it does get the feeling of a small village. So you get to know the people quite intimately, you see their children grow up, and it's important that we have to serve them the best way that we can. You need to be there and to be able to give people what they need. So there's lots of things that you put in place to get medication out to the customers, to help them over the phone with advice, and just to be there for them as support. Also people, they know us well, so we can support them in their grief and sometimes just when they need advice and a little bit of comfort.
Pharmacy of the Week, proudly brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave.
We've been long in the game, healing South Africa one allergy at a time. All the sneezing, runny nose, itching of nose and throat, we've left no stone unturned. Until finally, South Africa recognized us. You've given us the courage to continue to do what we do best. Live, work, play, sleep allergy-free with Allergex Non-Drowsy. Ask your pharmacist for the full allergy range. Brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave.
Well, our big thanks to all of our health professionals out there, especially those from our Pharmacy of the Week, because we are spreading the message of hope during this Hope-tober, the month of hope, brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave.
Inspiring communities, one pharmacy at a time.
Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to another vitally important medical discussion, or maybe a lifestyle discussion. As we approach November next week, it places men's health in the spotlight to raise some much needed awareness around critical men's health issues. And this morning, I'm joined once again by Dr. Bielkis, a senior medical officer at Old Mutual and now a good friend of the show, to take a closer look at these health issues, specifically within a South African context. And I love the fact that we have an entire month to talk about this. As a guy, we really have started to break down those stigmas, and I'm hoping that we can continue to do that, but people need to know the facts. Again, I'm going to ask you to start with the dark half, with the negative facts here, to maybe just bring a bit of a wake-up call. So maybe a good starting point be, what are the most common health risks for men in South Africa? Tell us the South African story, if you will.
Thanks, Graham. It's lovely to be here again. The South African National Integrated Men's Health Strategy for 2020 to 2025 showed us that men tend to not seek health care. And when they do, they tend to be sicker when they do come for help.
It's just too late.
Yeah. And because of this health behavior, it's often that men don't partake in preventative screening strategies. And because they don't do the regular blood pressure checks, the sugar level checks, prostate checks, many illnesses and diseases can go unchecked for a long period of time, and this can have consequences. And this has shown in our 2021 claim stats, where we see that over 50% of illness claims were for men. And if we zoom into that, we see that 81%, which is quite a lot, of men's illnesses are for cardiovascular conditions and cancers. And those are conditions where there are screening tests and preventative strategies in place that can make a big difference.
I think for men, we've just got to do it, man. Go get your prostate checked. It's not as terrifying as you might think it is. We have come a long way medically, but it's vital that you do it. I know specifically with cancer and prostate cancer, early detection is absolutely key. All of this being said, looking at these unbelievably high rates within men and that lack of a health focus, what can we do as gents to prevent severe illness? Is it simply just go and get checked up?
First of all, knowledge is key. So knowing what your health risks are helps you to make informed decisions on the best way for you to live a healthier and enjoy a healthier life. For example, if you know that you have high blood pressure, you will know that this will put you at an increased risk for developing a heart attack. Knowing these factors can help you then inform your choice about living a healthy lifestyle, which often includes eating a well-balanced diet, getting regular exercise, and getting good quality sleep. But we all know that this sounds so much easier than what it actually is to sort of practice. And we know that consistency is key. So it's essential to plan for the possibility of illness in the future. And Old Mutual's illness insurance is one of the ways to plan.
When should a guy be looking at illness insurance, and how do you think we should approach that?
Thanks, Graham. Often men don't consider themselves at risk for a severe illness. Once again, if we look at our claim stats from last year, we see that the average age for a man to develop a severe illness was 56 years old. And often this is still the time that men are working and providing for their families. But if we look at the age range, we had severe illness claims from as young as 22 years old, up till the age of 83 years of age. And this illustrates that all men are at risk and that severe illness is unpredictable. That's why it's essential for all men to understand what their health risks are, try their best to mitigate them through trying to live a healthy lifestyle, and to have that conversation with your financial advisor to put the best insurance in place to protect you and your family.
Got to make friends with the people on both sides of this coin. You've got to have a partnership with your doctor, with your healthcare practitioner, so that you can feel comfortable to get those screenings, and you've got to plan for the unforeseen event like a severe illness. Oh, as always, thank you so much. I know how invested you and your team are in this space. So on behalf of everyone that you've helped through these critical phases, thank you so, so much. As always, please, as a starting point, practice a healthy lifestyle. Try if you can, and then ensure that you don't skip those annual checkups. And you can get that conversation started around illness insurance and make sure that you are covered for those unexpected life turns. And if you fall ill, and you can do that by speaking to your financial advisor. And if you would like to contact one and contact the Old Mutual team, you can simply dial 0860 60 60 60 or visit them online at oldmutual.co.za/illness, and I suggest you do it today.
When I was diagnosed with cancer and a stroke, I couldn't work. I wasn't expecting it to happen to me, but my illness insurance paid out a lump sum and I was able to provide for my family.
Let's take a quick peek at the news on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And of course, just before 7 o'clock, we go. Now, the Public Service Association, PSA, has revealed that it filed a 7-day strike notice yesterday, which will give way to an industrial action after salary negotiations with the government collapse. The PSA rejected government's 3% wage offer, arguing that it has been accommodating enough in the negotiation process, revising its wage demands from 10% to 6.5%. Claude Nyker of the PSA said once the 7-day notice period had expired, they would commence with the picketing process leading up to a full-blown strike action. The Association of Wholesalers of Liquid Fuel, meanwhile, has raised the alarm about an imminent fuel shortage nationwide. The association says SA strategic fuel reserves have run dry and could lead to petrol stations also not having fuel. The association's CEO, Peter Morgan, says the situation is attributed to the fact that SA is now a fuel importing and no longer a refining country. He says being dependent on imported fuel is a big gamble. The only remaining crude oil refinery operating in South Africa is the Natref refinery in Sasolburg. Now on to international news. Britain's Prime Minister-elect Rishi Sunak vowed yesterday to bring stability and unity at a time of economic crisis after he was named the beleaguered Conservatives' new leader. Sunak, 42 years old, a Hindu, will be the UK's first Prime Minister of colour after the premiership of Liz Truss imploded after just 44 days. A mere 7 weeks after he lost out to Truss following Johnson's own removal from office, Sunak pulled off a stunning reversal in fortunes and is vowing to do the same for Britain on a platform of fiscal responsibility. Now, the warring sides in Ethiopia were preparing yesterday for peace talks in Pretoria aimed at finding a peaceful solution to the brutal 2-year conflict. The war stems from a power struggle between the federal government and the authorities in Tigray, which dominated a coalition that governed Ethiopia for almost 3 decades. The conflict has killed thousands, displaced millions, and left hundreds of thousands on the brink of famine. The talks, mediated by the African Union, the AU, have been shrouded in secrecy, and the AU declined to answer questions from the media. And now, next, an item of very, very good news, especially if you are any of our male or female viewers. Arguably the world's most popular calendar, the Australian Firefighters calendar, is back for 2023. Since its launch 30 years ago, the calendar of hunks has generated millions of dollars to charities, among other for the supporting medical research into sourcing better methods to treat children with severe burns. The calendar also has a proud history of supporting animal refugees and Australian wildlife in the past. The new edition for the 30-year anniversary is an all-new denim one. All the regular fan favorites are back, including the hottest firefighters in their classic calendar, the dog and cat calendars featuring the shirtless wonders with rescue dogs and cats, and the horse calendar, in which the Aussie hunks pose with therapy horses. One of them expressed the hope that the images from 2023's calendars would inspire the public to adopt a pet from one of the featured charities. Checking these pics out as they scroll past your screen. No, do not adjust your eyes. This is happening on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Something tells me that the charity, in terms of raising funds, will not be a problem. Safe to say, boom, boom, shake the room. That's a wrap up of the news desk. Of course, sports is coming at you. Graham is standing by.
Yep, we better get on to the sport quickly before we actually see what's down under. Let's start with cricket. And cricket, South Africa, not the best start to the latest campaign. South Africa's rather miserable relationship with rain at World Cups sadly continued yesterday when their opening game at the T20 World Cup came to a premature end, with South Africa just 13 runs away from a revised target of 67 in 7 overs, and that against our neighbour Zimbabwe. Now, the match was reduced to 9 overs per side, and Zimbabwe posted a modest total of 79 for 5 before Master Blaster Quinton de Kock stepped in, lashing an unbeaten 47 of 18. That as South Africa reached 51 for no loss in just 3 overs. Seemed on course, but the target was reduced to 64 in 7 overs after another short break, and the match was officially then ended following another heavy shower, and the points were shared. Then something to get excited about in next year's World Cup build-up on the rugby front. The Springboks will line up against New Zealand at Twickenham for only the second time ever. That's when they clash in their Rugby World Cup warm-up fixture on Friday, the 25th of August next year. So the match against the All Blacks follows another warm-up fixture against the Dragons of Wales. South Africa will get the defence of their title officially underway against Scotland, and that's on the 10th of September, before playing Romania, Ireland and Tonga in their Rugby World Cup Pool B encounters in France. Movers and shakers in football, both locally and abroad. Let's start here in SA, where Manqoba Ngiti has effectively been demoted to 3rd in the coaching hierarchy by Mamelodi Sundowns. So Rulani Mokoena now takes over as the sole Sundowns head coach with immediate effect, with Steve Kompela moving into the first-team coaching position, while Ngiti then gets dropped into the role of senior coach. This decision comes following Sundowns' 3-0 demolition at the hands of their old foes, Orlando Pirates, of course ending their MTN8 title defence in the process. So Mokwena's first game at the helm is up against Maritzburg United, and it's tonight, so not a huge amount of time to settle in. On the other side of the world, of course, more movers and shakers, as Unai Emery has now been confirmed as the new Aston Villa head coach. So Emery obviously replaces Steven Gerrard, who was sacked last week after their defeat to Fulham. The Spaniard has a glittering record. He led Villarreal to the Europa League title last year. That was after beating Man United in that final. And Emery won 3 successive Europa League titles between 2013 and 2016 with Sevilla, before going on to lift a Ligue 1 championship in France, as well as 2 French Cups, 2 French League Cups, and 2 Trophée des Champions with PSG. So he really does have the credentials, and his first game in charge of the club will be on November the 6th. And that's when they host, of course, Man United. That's where we leave our sport for now. We might touch on those headlines again if we have time at 8 o'clock. But as you head out to work, let's see what you're going to have to encounter out on the roads. Kat's got the latest on the traffic front.
Indeed, thank you very much, Mr. Richards. Starting things off right here in Cape Town, there's currently a veld fire underway on the N1 close to the De Toy Kloofs Pass inbound, and the left lane is closed, so please do approach with caution. Out in Pietermaritzburg in KZN, there is ongoing roadworks on the N3 eastbound at Market Road interchange. You can expect delays. Please use an alternative route. In Johannesburg on the N1 North and M1 North on route to Diepkloof Park to Crown City, the road there is congested, so you can expect heavy delays. Well, that's it in terms of what the traffic has in store for you this morning while you make your way to work. But right now, let's quickly take a look at the weather. A quick little update from environmental news. King Charles is being encouraged to attend the upcoming COP27 climate talks in Egypt by former U.S. presidential candidate John Kerry. Now, he is now U.S. President Joe Biden's climate envoy and feels King Charles should reconsider his decision not to go to the UN climate conference. John Kerry said in an interview that it would be, quote, terrific if the British King were able to be present, adding that as Prince of Wales, Charles spent decades campaigning on environmental causes. And as Prince of Wales, he had planned to go to the November COP27 conference, but after ascending the throne, he decided to not attend on the advice of the then UK Prime Minister Liz Truss, because as king, he is obliged to remain politically neutral. But, added Secretary Kerry, he did not consider championing climate action as political. It's a generic, broad-based existential issue of the world, and his leadership has been very important in that regard. Well, from those news to news about your, of course, beautiful sunrise pictures that you share with us every morning, we do really appreciate them. First up for a picture from Makosazana, who sent in this misty view out in Pretoria with the sun rising, bringing beautiful pink hues. Now, Danny Moodley also sent us one from Umzindo, snapped this beautiful picture infused shot with his garden and the sun peeking through the leaves there. A very beautiful one indeed. Then Lesedi Modau, one of our regulars, shared her view while out for a walk, showing off the stunning colors lighting up the sky. And last for this update, we have Nancy Govender, who as always shares phenomenal shots before taking her usual walk. This from her luscious green grass garden to sandy shores that she always shares with us. We really do appreciate that very much. And do continue to share your sunrise pictures with us on 063-408-8863. Let's quickly take a look at the temperatures all round, starting off in Polokwane, a low of 17 and a high of 31. Out in Mbombela, a low of 19 with a high of 31 as well. Pretoria, 15 to 29, and Johannesburg, 14 to 28. Out in Mahikeng, a low of 15 and a high of 34 can be expected. Klerksdorp, 15 to 33. Kimberley, 13 to 32. Bloemfontein, 11 and 30. Out in Richards Bay, a low of 21 and a high of 30 can be expected. Pietermaritzburg, 41% chance of rain there, a low of 15 and a high of 30. Durban, between 20 and 29, your temperatures will range today. Mthatha, 12 to 26. East London, 13 to 23. And Cradock, 9 to 26. Out in Gqeberha, there's a 43% chance of rain there with temperatures ranging between 14 and 21. And out in George, possible rain, 73% chance thereof with a low of 13 and a high of 19. Cape Town, between 14 and 20, your temperature will range today. Worcester, a low of 8 and a high of 27. Sutherland, 5 to 23. And Uppington, a low of 16 and a high of 33. But no matter what the weather is, we hope that it's going to be a terrific Tuesday in our company.
It is indeed a terrific Tuesday, and of course, early on we asked you to help Graham choose between two outfits. You had some options. Option one was a pair of grey cotton deck shorts paired and a little linen shirt as well. Then option two was a pair of abrasion slim fit denim shorts paired with a bold foliage slim fit cotton t-shirt. Let's see which one you voted for on the socials. Let's take a peek. Shireen Abrams, good morning to you. Good morning, Graham and the team. Happy Tuesday. Option two would look great on you. I love the laid-back, casual look. It's also very comfortable. Thanks for an awesome show every day, team. Have a super day. Lots of love. We can't do it without you, Shireen. Thank you so much. Magnolia Peterson, good morning, fam. Happy Thankful Tuesday. Number two, even though both will look great. Hashtag Style by Woolies. Hashtag Expresso Show. Josephine Pixton, good morning. Option two. Roxy Mays, option two. Samke Kumalo, option two. Nobody liked option one at all. In fact, you probably did like it, but today you wanted Graham in an option two. So here he comes. Option two, your wish is our command.
You know what,
Carl? Slim fit.
They actually, do you know what my name is on the streets?
What is the name?
Graham, option two, Richards.
Oh,
okay.
my word.
I'll be your plan B, baby.
Well, I mean, this outfit, you should be somebody's option one, to be fair. You got the slim fit, the foliage is looking good. I love the print.
I love it.
I also love...
Can you see me? Can you see me?
It's made for your
Can you see me? No, you can't.
It is. Look at that shorts.
No, I love it.
Oh, man. And you blend into the wallpaper.
I know, that's what I was going for. I absolutely love it. It's bold, it's colourful, it screams this season. I'm digging the little denim shorts. Also, okay, personal journey. These are smaller than I would normally wear.
Yes! That's it. Look at that, eh? This is, you know what, the intermittent eating is actually working, which is always good. But Albert Camus said it best. Life is a sum of all your choices, and I love what you chose for this incredible individual.
Thank you.
Shop these summer capsules at Woolworths, in-store, online, on the app, and on Graham.
Option two.
I've been vibing. Yeah. Me and my folks all good, that sun is shining. Ay, chillin' with my feet kicked up like I ain't trying. Yeah, this is what I want on summer, yeah. Gangs all here, let's run it, yeah. This is what I want on summer, yeah. Gangs all here, let's run it, yeah. Vibes right here, 100, yeah.
Only you can make my day.
Revlon color stay matte like crayon. Play it up. Bold matte color goes on as easy as a crayon. Feels barely there. Super soft, 12 rocket poppin' shades. New Revlon color stay matte like crayon. Wanna play?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and as always, it is so good to be in your company at the start of a brand new day. Now, we've got a wonderful young lady, talented as she is, joining us this morning, and with her charming demeanor, her scarlet locks, and of course, a voice of an angel, Mzansi's very own Disney princess, as she's been dubbed, Peyton Late, joins us in studio today. And at only 16 years old, she has amassed huge acclaim from the Cantabile Medal for the most outstanding senior vocalist, as well as making semi-finals of the national music competition all the way out at Rhodes University. She's also just released her single called Butterflies, a song that perfectly captures the experience and the angst of having a crush. Take a listen to this.
Hard for letters, I stutter every time I see you. I star, you smile. I wish you were mine, you give me butterflies. You give me wings to fly. And you may not know me, but I see you only, and I just thought you should know.
Can we all just nod in agreement to that? Give it up, ladies and gentlemen. Peyton Late is in the studio. Come on. Great to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. What's it like seeing yourself on national TV?
It is quite an experience, let me tell you. It's not something you see every day.
Yeah, exactly. Especially at such a young age and you're starting out in your music career. And well done on everything that you've done so far. And I'm wondering, at this young age, do you have memories or maybe stories of where it all started, right?
Well,
yeah.
I actually do. My grandpa is a very big part in my passion for music. He used to sit me down on his lap and play me Elvis and Beatles and all sorts of music from his day. So it really just increased my passion. And then when I was a little bit older, I used to toddle around with my pink mic and guitar and sing for my whole family.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. That's incredible. And so far you've achieved so much. I mentioned some of these accolades at the top of this interview. But you've also received distinctions, right, from your Trinity College London exam, it's called, where you, both in music and in drama as well. Tell me a bit more about that.
So I started doing these exams around the age of 12 and 13.
Yeah.
So I did my first exam when I was 12 for classical singing. And I, fingers crossed, will keep on receiving distinctions. But yeah, it really started around that age, and I'm currently taking classical singing further. I'm about to do my grade 7 classical singing exam with Nathan Johannesson, as well as my grade 7 exam with Mark Williams.
That's incredible.
Yes.
'Cause we were talking behind the scenes just about, you know, your passion for classical music. Where does that come from? Because you were talking about Granddad playing Elvis, right, and the Beatles. And so where did the classical music or the love thereof come from?
I've always just had a special place in my heart for classical. It's really what I started on. I really enjoy listening to it. I found it very relaxing. I listen to it while I study. But I think my passion for music in general just comes from my family. I mean, we're very musically orientated, so I feel like it was really easy to transition into having a career around it.
Yeah. Well, you know, one of the foremost sopranos in the world goes by the name of Pretty Yende, and she's South African, and she's doing absolutely incredible things. And hopefully you'll walk in her footsteps as well going forward. Butterflies, quickly, your new single.
Yes.
You wrote it yourself, right?
I did.
What was it like recording that song?
Well, it was really a phenomenal experience. They just made us feel so included at the Cape Town City Sound. It's actually here in Woodstock in Cape Town. It's Patrick van Black and Paul Peters' studio. And they really just bring my family into it, which is really important for me because we're such a close-knit group. So they really gave them a backstage experience and explained everything to them. So it was really easy to just transition at home. So if I didn't understand anything, then my parents could explain it to me.
Brilliant, brilliant. Well, the result looks absolutely fantastic, and I can't wait to hear you perform it live here on our Feel Good Breakfast Show.
So excited.
Make sure that you do not miss out on that. Peyton Late on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
So from feel-good music to mouth-watering cuisine, we are delighting the senses this morning. Take a look at this.
Clover's range of margarines and spreads. Classic spread. Mama Bake.
Margie, how do you know what we like?
I know someone who knows.
Spread the Margie love.
Made with love by Clover.
It's officially the season of classic salads. But if you're someone who craves a bit of pizza, but should opt for a salad, our classic Caesar salad with pizza croutons gives you the best of both worlds. Nondomiso shows us exactly how this beautiful recipe is done. And also, stick around because we're going to recap it thereafter, but follow as you go along. Hello there, Nondomiso.
Hello, how are you?
I am so good. Now, when you look at salad and pizza, it's an oxymoron in a meal. Because what you usually have is, pizza for that comfort food.
Yes.
And then the salad to keep it together, keep the waisting tight, etc. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yeah. But here, we are sneaking in the pizza.
Okay.
Because sometimes you feel a bit naughty. You just want to...
I like this. This is one of my favorite recipes you've ever done. Because it's like I'm still eating a salad.
Yeah, but you can make yourself feel like, no, I'm still being healthy.
Yes.
But you're sneaking in a little bit of a pizza.
I'm excited. Now, you get some mini pizzas, right, to make the croutons?
Yes. Yes.
And I'm sure can you like air fry them? Sort of.
Yeah, I suppose you could. You could.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm going to be adding some parsley to our classic Clover Classic spread.
I love that. You know why I love that stuff? I need to tell you why you're mixing that together, because Clover Classic is an ideal, versatile fat spread that can be used daily for spreading, cooking, and baking. As you can see, it contains 7 vitamins and is made with a touch of clover cream for a smoother spreadability and unctuousness that'll come through in this recipe as well, which is always good. Are you layering tomato sauce upon an already dressed pizza?
Yes, just for illustration purposes, we would normally use a plain pizza base.
But this is so good. No, that's what I would do at home.
I mean, yeah, if you're feeling extra...
I'm feeling extra. I'm always feeling extra. Always.
Okay, but do you want to help me with the dressing then?
I'd like to. So let me just see what you got here for me. I see some Dijon, I see some anchovies, some garlic, some egg yolks over here. We've got sunflower oil as well as olive oil. Let's put them all together. I'm going to go oil down first because of the blending process. I want to make sure that it mixes in beautifully. And that all goes in.
Yeah. And so you're more into braai, hey?
I love braai, but at the same time, you know what actually is something that I really enjoy is plating.
Oh, really?
Yes. So I know it sounds interesting, but I love plating food.
Nice.
Because there's nothing better than somebody looking at what you... So even if I braai, I'll call it like a bougie braai. Or if it's like a salad like this, I'd like to dress it in a certain way that would really like sort of make a feast for the eyes before you even eat it. And that's what I really love about the entire process, that you eat with your eyes first, and that's actually my favorite thing to do, is to present
And how come I didn't know this about you?
Because no one's ever asked. You're the first person to ask. I'm so happy
because
you did.
I'm like for me, I call it styling. It's a food
styling. Yes,
it's literally that's my thing.
So remember, I'm home cook, so it's like I just call it plating. You get a fancy plate and you make it happen.
Yeah.
That looks good already. So.
Yeah.
Just to remind you about the winning Powerball numbers, it is... And that's the last one.
Are you serious?
So just make sure you focus there. Good luck to you. Great. Anyway.
Oh,
so
my
you
God.
are doing the croutons. And just to remind you what I put in here, it is not only Powerball numbers, but it's sunflower oil, olive oil, anchovies, garlic. We've got the Parmesan as well as a beautiful 2 egg yolks that we use in the recipe and Dijon mustard. Already it smells gorgeous. It actually smells. It's got that Caesar salad smell off the bat, which I really love and enjoy.
Yes. So you're going to toss that in there?
All right. Great stuff. And then I also got some lemon juice for freshness.
Yeah, nice. It's acidity there.
Yes, that's it. And that's always what you need in a salad is the fact is like you don't want to overdress it, but at the same time you got to have that zing. Because for me, a salad's supposed to sort of coat the palate in a way that makes you go in for a next bite of whatever you're accompanying the salad with. In this case, it's just the salad, so I'm going to go for another pizza crouton. That's what I would do.
I would be satisfied with just the salad. Sometimes
Would you?
it's
Just a
good.
salad?
Just a salad.
That's great.
But I do agree with you. Sometimes you want a bit of comfort food,
Yes.
and so you might want to add the pizzas.
That's fantastic, and it's gonna be unique.
It is unique, and it's very creative.
So yeah, I'm from Cape Town.
Sneaks a Salt
so
Bay.
This works nicely.
Okay.
And then
some lemon.
A little bit of lemon juice. I don't want to overdress it. I don't want to make it too acidic.
Yeah.
Because you got the capers, it's adding the acid as well. In there, you got the Dijon, also kind of contributes lemon juice. Beautiful. And now, are we going to finish?
We want to bake these for about 15 minutes until they've browned, and then of course once you've tossed your salad together there, just to mix everything up.
Oh my goodness,
and
this is
then
great.
you add your pizza.
Pizza croutons on top, serve it to guests. It's going to be a winner no matter what you do. Remember, it's salad and pizza, it's comfort food and healthy food as well. And remember, when you do this recipe, you are still eating a salad. You've missed out on any of the steps. Remember, everything's on expressoshow.com. But how about a recap? Take a look at this. This is gorgeous.
Made with love by Clover.
Sensodyne, repair, and protect with deep repair. The science is pretty amazing. It really goes deep and repairs tooth sensitivity. The science is there. It's going to improve their quality of life in a big way. This is the first thing I recommend.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your feel-good breakfast show. It's a stunning Tuesday. Where have you been? Well, listen, we love having you here. And listen, we're celebrating Tropical Island of Treasure All-Stars, of course. The season is getting you involved in some tricky but entertaining home challenges where you can also win some smooth prizes.
Wow, look at that. So those competing on the show obviously stand a chance of winning, yes, a shared 1 million bucks and 250,000 rands worth of Suzuki products. Oh, yeah, I'll take one of those. To top it all off, Play.coza are also going to be rewarding the runners up with a mega prize of an additional 25,000 rand.
Yeah, wow. Absolutely. That is the prize with, I mean, it is the biggest season ever, so...
It's pretty much the biggest prize I've ever spoken about on TV in my many, many moons. It's crazy, man.
But of course, you at home, if you enter the weekly at-home Tropica challenges, you can then also win a cash prize of 1,000 rand. It can't get any smoother than that. And this week's challenge is the Tropica Pong, featuring some ping pong balls and cups. Check this out quickly. Lots of fun, lots of fun. Okay, so you don't have ping pong balls. How about some tomatoes? How about that, okay? We got some overripened tomatoes, and yeah, we're going to see how Graham does at this. So as you can see, the furthest one gives you 3 points, second row gives you 2 points, first row gives you 1 point each, right?
Sure.
That's actually, that's so close.
It does feel very close.
I don't like it.
You can push it out a bit.
No, I need to give it a little bit.
Give us a little bit more action.
And of course, you could like, well, I'm gonna introduce a new twist.
Okay.
There's a smooth twist.
Good. Oh, you would.
Every shot you miss, you get a shot on the head.
You get some island style.
You get 10 shots. Okay, cool, go.
Woohoo!
Okay, 1.
Okay. You got to go for the 3-pointers, surely, eh?
Oh, 2 points.
2 points. I'm there. Oh!
I love this game.
There's tortillas coming. Oh, man, come on! How many attempts do I get? Oh, come on! I need that 3-pointer. Yeah!
Okay, you only get...
Okay.
How many shots was that? I think there's 6. You got 4 more. Okay, so it's 2 points.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah!
He's in the groove.
Oh! Oh, no, man! I'm just doing one more because it's just so cool. Yeah!
Well done, well done.
Oh, okay. You got to give it a try, man. You've got to give it a try.
I'm okay. Listen, to enter, all you need to do is to recreate this week's Tropica Pong challenge on the Tropica social pages and show off your hand-eye coordination skills and share your video on social media by tagging @mytropica and including #Tropica. Of course, entries close at midnight on the 29th of October. T's and C's apply, and the winner will be selected and contacted via Tropica social media pages.
So this week, the cash prize of 1,000 rand is up for grabs with our newest challenge. So go and get a bottle of Tropica, get some cups, and bring out those ping pong balls. It's time to tally up the points, please. Tell me how much I got. I think it was about 9 in total. But the most important take-home here, don't forget to watch the latest episode of Tropica Island of Treasure. It's getting insane out there on the beach. And you can catch it every Saturday on S3 at 6:30 p.m. And this time around, the teams are going to go head-to-head in some squad games. It's all about the teamwork and collaboration. Plus, there is a very tempting long life charm awaiting them. So make sure you tune in. It's about 9, eh?
I deserve that.
Tropical Island of Treasure All-Stars.
Let's play!
My mind just switched on. I'm ready. I feel like we've got this.
Will this be worth it?
If I was on a seat, I would be at the edge of it.
He's got it.
Yes!
We're flying ahead. We are moving forward.
This is where all our problems start.
Oh, my word!
Our chances are done.
Stay smooth with Tropica Island of Treasure All-Stars this Saturday evening at 6:30. Repeat Monday night at 9 on S3.
Now, after all that excitement, of course, I'm super excited to have 16-year-old Peyton Late gracing our stage on this Feel Good morning. Please enjoy our first performance. Here is an ode to future husbands from Mega Trainer. Do enjoy.
Dear future husband, here's a few things you need to know if you want to be my one and only. All my life. Take me on a date, I deserve the break. And don't forget the flowers every anniversary. Cause if you treat me right, I'll be the perfect wife. Buy groceries, buy what you need. You got an under 5, but baby, so do I. So don't you think I'll be home and making apple pies? I never learned to cook, but I can ride a hook. Sing along with me, sing along with me. Hey, you gotta know how to treat me like a lady, even when I'm acting crazy. Tell me everything's alright. Dear future husband, here's a few things you need to know if you want to be my one and only all my life. Dear future husband, if you want to get that special love, and tell me I'm beautiful each and every night. After every fight, just apologize, and maybe then I'll let you try and rock my body back. Even if I was wrong, you know I'm never wrong. Why disagree? Why disagree? You gotta know how to treat me like a lady, even when I'm acting crazy. Tell me everything's alright. Dear future husband, here's a few things you need to know if you want to be my one and only all my life. Dear future husband, if you want to get that special love, and tell me I'm beautiful each and every night. I'll be sleeping on the left side of the bed. Hey, open nose for me and you might get some kisses. Don't have a dirty mind, just be a classy guy. Buy me a ring, buy me a ring, babe. You gotta know how to treat me like a lady, even when I'm acting crazy. Tell me everything's alright. Dear future husband, here's a few things you need to know if you want to be my one and only all my life. Dear future husband, if you want to get that special love, and tell me I'm beautiful each and every night. Oh, future husband, better love me right.
Peyton, that is absolutely incredible. And she has one more for you. Adele is coming up a little bit later. Also, Merrifield College, stand up. She'll sing at the next assembly. You're welcome.
Baby, we've got to go. Guys! Okay, guys, come on, come on.
We connect all of Mzansi so that everyone can be more of what they're made of. Live your Monate.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
I am smiling because I know you're about to have your mind blown. Mine is already blown. I'm going to cut straight to the point. This morning, we have a very special guest joining us to welcome us into the new age of digital banking. Please welcome Naledi. Oh my word, there she is, Naledi. It is so fantastic to meet you. Could you please tell us a little bit more about yourself? Who is Naledi?
Hi, Graham. I'm really just Nedbank's digital spokesperson. And really my gig is just to be here bringing Nedbank's digital banking story to life. And that's me.
To life in a way that we have never seen it before, and we love it. So the big question, where do we find ourselves today in terms of digital banking? Where do we stand?
I think perpetually in just the precipice of change, exponential change, across all trends, whether you're talking artificial intelligence, whether you're talking algorithmic interest networks, it's just forever changing. And there's such a big opportunity as well. I mean, research shows us that although more than 80% of South Africans have banking accounts, only 73% of retail payments still go through cash. So there's such a big opportunity and gap still for us to be able to close digitally.
Yep, it's time to close that digital divide. So feeding off what you've just said, what are some of those major trends and some of the technologies driving digital banking at the moment?
I think one that's really been on everybody's tongue at the moment is around the metaverse, which has really been another digital manifestation of products, services, and so much more, really going into people's lifestyles as well. We've seen so much change, so much innovation happening in that space, whether it's through gaming, through non-fungible tokens, and all sorts of stuff. And we see it with big soccer teams, we see it across the gaming industry, we see it in the e-commerce and lots of innovative products that have been delivered in that particular space. And really an exciting space, I think, for many brands, for many businesses to unlock new growth, get to know new segments of their customers going into the future as well.
They are going to be empowered, but they need the right bank at their side. Now, that being said, Nedbank has always been about the people for me as one of your customers. Now, we're talking about technology and digitization. Are we doing away with the human experience?
Absolutely not. So we always adding, but the human element always stays integral anytime that you're dealing with any kind of human problem. So us at Nedbank is really to continue to be more digital and make sure, especially through this new brand campaign, that people do get the opportunity to reevaluate Nedbank and truly see how much ground we've really made up in terms of becoming a lot more innovative. And it can be seen in many of the new innovations that we've launched as a bank, everything from, Avo by Nedbank, where we give you super shopping on one app. You can get all your entertainment needs, shop for your groceries, find new services on one super app, and everything from things like the Nedbank Sensible Geyser insurance, where you really can manage your geyser remotely, ensuring that you're saving money. So we're really putting together much creativity and a lot of the technological advances to be able to solve real human problems. Did you know that you can actually go on the Nedbank Money app on our home buying toolkit, find your house, apply for the bond, all without leaving the Nedbank Money app? So it's really an exciting time, I think, to be able to bring those services to our customers and really be on the money in terms of digital and technological trends, but also continue to use our creativity and our humanness and building of relationships to be able to really solve real human problems.
I love that. And it's not just making these changes for the sake of the trend or the technology, but because there is a need within your consumer's lifestyle. I love that. So what can we as consumers look forward to in the new age of digital banking with Nedbank? What's got you most excited?
You can look forward to us really making sure you know about all the fantastic things that Nedbank is bringing you. So whether you are, a merchant selling your stuff on Instagram, you'll now be able to benefit from things like tap to pay and my money message and things like that for your customers to be able to pay you a lot more easily. And you can really look forward to seeing a lot more of our innovations and our continual quest to help our customers not only see their money differently and how they behave around their money, they can help you make those better money choices.
I cannot wait. When my digital self meets you, Naledi, in the metasphere, wherever we are going to meet digitally, I hope my facial structure is as beautiful as yours. You're amazing, Naledi. Thank you so much. I know you represent a quantum leap forward in banking, and that's what's got us most excited. Naledi, I love you. Please give us one last smile as we move bravely into this new digital era. There she is. Can you believe it? That has got to be the first time.
Thank you so much. And you look great in green, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much. It's kind of my color. It's kind of my color. I think we all want a little more green. And if we can do that with all of these new digital tools, it makes it all the more better to make those better money choices. And the search for a bank that can deliver on your digital expectations is now over. Nedbank is here, and like you've never seen her before. So to browse their exceptional range of digital solutions and their offerings, you can visit nedbank.co.za and start imagining what you're going to look like in the digital world.
I can sit right here, buy this, without leaving here, because my new bank comes to me.
I'm out. Bye. This girl don't do curfew. Cards, forget cards. This is how I get in when I'm going out.
Even when I'm going away, my new bank knows my business doesn't close.
I can be down here, running this place from up there, or from a bank that's right here.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso right here on S3. Apologies for the technical errors and difficulties we're experiencing a bit earlier on, but nothing is going to stop our vibes because we're bringing you vegetables and we're taking them to a whole new level with these Be Well crispy leek and mushroom parcels. And Nondumiso's back again in the kitchen to show us how easy it is to incorporate more vegetables into your diet without skimping on the flavor, because we want to keep you nice and healthy, but we also want you to enjoy your food. That's the right kind of balance, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
It is. Although, I was going to go into a tangent.
Please,
but
I love
maybe
tangents.
rather not do that.
I do prefer tangents.
I do think it's important to eat vegetables, even if you don't initially think they're delicious, because that's how you train your palate to love vegetables, right? Because people often think of vegetables or plants in general as being boring. Like, oh, it's not, it doesn't have the thing, it doesn't have the thing. But actually eat the vegetables.
Exactly.
And the more you eat them, the more you're going to start to love them and you're going to start to crave them.
I love that you say train your palate, because a lot of the food that we buy that is processed food comes with a lot of kind of flavor enhancers, and this addition, that addition, and you need to train your palate to enjoy the natural flavors that occur in things like mushrooms, the textures that come along with that as well. So this is a great way to do it.
Yes, it's a wonderful way to do it. And another thing that's wonderful about this recipe is that we're using leeks to make parcels.
I
love that.
Where usually leeks would be used for? What's the ordinary thing?
Well, you could use leeks for, it's got an onion flavor, so you could use it as in most savory dishes.
Salads.
But the nice thing is salads, but the nice thing is I usually like to make use cabbage as a parcel, a folder. So what you can do is we're going to be putting our some mushroom filling in these leeks, but you could do the same thing with cabbage, and you could stuff it with some rice, some savory rice, or
I love that. So in the same way that you'd use like lettuce as well to create those parcels, leeks are it's a great substitute. I've never thought of that.
Same.
So what have you done to these leeks to kind of get them parcel ready?
You just want to boil them, so put them in some boiling water to soften them, and then that should be take about 3 minutes or so, and then you're gonna fold them first?
I'm going to give it a shot. Not sure how good I'll be at doing that, but let's quickly get back into that pan. You've got
I've got some mushrooms, some chili, some thyme, and
Was there garlic in there? Did I see garlic?
There's some garlic as well.
Good.
Thank you. And we want to cook this until it's brown.
Okay.
Right? Then we're going to add some Parmesan, as well as some feta and some parsley.
Beautiful. So, I mean, if you're looking for flavor, I mean, salt is a flavor enhancer and brings it out, and so the cheeses will certainly do that very well.
Yes. Okay, and then of course you could play around with this sort of recipe. You could add whatever filling you feel up to in a particular day. You know, people who like meat, but you could use mince if you eat mince.
Okay, yes.
If that's your vibe, then you can do that.
Yeah, but also like for instance with mushroom, you can get that mincy kind of texture in it, and then depending on the spices you use, you could get that meaty flavoring if you're
and you know what, actually mushrooms have umami flavor. Well, umami. So actually they do taste a lot. They have a meaty sort of flavor to them. So if you use mushrooms, and you don't need...
Listen, nature takes care of everything that we need. Now, of course, we're using our Be Well pure canola oil. And Be Well canola oil is locally produced. It's naturally cholesterol-free. It's low in saturated fat, and it's perfect for all of your cooking needs. And this canola oil is high in omega-3s, which is good for your heart's health as well. It promotes brain health and fights cancer cells. And of course, this is exactly why we are using it. So, now, in creating these parcels, I see they laid out in a vertical fashion. Could you show me one first?
I'm not putting it on the spot, but let me show you.
Show me one first, and then I'll try and follow your lead.
Okay, cool. I'm going to stand this side.
Okay, there you go.
You bring me the filling. So you just want to fold it, right?
This is the kind of like what you're looking for in terms of the color of the mushroom.
Yes. Yeah? So you just fold it. And then you're going to make a triangle. So you fold it the way you would a samosa.
Aha, wa bonache.
Like so.
That was easy.
Easy peasy, nothing to it.
I'll take the one that doesn't have like a tear down the middle, because I wouldn't know how to handle that. Okay.
Okay, then we're going to fry these.
Oh, then you're going to get them fried as well.
Yes, using the canola oil.
Lovely stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
I usually overfill.
Oh,
so is that okay?
That's your one.
Is that okay here like that?
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Let's go there. And then we're going to go
Fold
here. Yo, and there. Yo. There you go. Place that one right over there. Of course, you can find the recipe on expressoshow.com. And I'm sure the family would love a little bit of a variation on the menu with these beautiful crispy leek mushroom parcels. Thank you so much, my sister. Always such a pleasure. And of course, you can win big with Be Well. They are giving away 150,000 Rand. That's the grand prize. Plus, you can also stand a chance to win your share of 50,000 Rand. Simply purchase your favorite Be Well product, take a photo of yourself and your Be Well product, and then send that picture over to any of the Be Well social media platforms or their WhatsApp line, which is 060-582-3678, along with your name and your contact number. The T's and C's can be found on the Be Well website. Try out the recipe. Let us know what you think.
It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Let's take a last peek at your news. And let's start off with national news. The Road Traffic Management Corporation says 820 cases of fraud are being investigated. This includes the illegal issuance of driver's licenses and learner's licenses, roadworthiness certificates, and vehicle licenses. Chief Executive Makosini Msibi says the fraud has led to a loss of some 3 billion Rand. He says in Gauteng, there are 1.2 billion Rand worth of license chips that have been issued illegally. The other two provinces where large-scale fraud has occurred are Mpumalanga as well as Free State. The Special Investigation Unit has conducted an investigation into the Department of Transport and its entities. Now, the Public Servants Association, PSA, has revealed that it filed a 7-day strike notice yesterday, which will give way to industrial action after salary negotiations with the government collapsed. The PSA rejected government's 3% wage offer, arguing that it has been accommodating enough in the negotiation process, revising its wage demands from 10% to 6.5%. Claude Nyker of the PSA said once the 7-day notice period had expired, they would commence with the picketing process leading up to a full-blown strike action. Now on to international news. An investigation has begun in Kenya after the well-known Pakistan journalist Arshad Sharif was shot dead by police at a roadblock on Sunday. He was fatally wounded while he was a passenger in a moving vehicle after it failed to stop, according to a police statement. Sharif was a critic of Pakistan's military as well as a vocal supporter of ousted Prime Minister Imran Khan. The 49-year-old had left Pakistan in August after complaining of harassment. It's not known why he was in Kenya. And Britain's Prime Minister-elect Rishi Sunak vowed yesterday to bring stability and unity at a time of economic crisis after he was named the beleaguered Conservatives' new leader. Sunak, 42, a Hindu, will be the UK's first Prime Minister of colour after the premiership of Liz Truss imploded after just 44 days. A mere 7 weeks after he lost out to Truss following Johnson's own removal from office, Sunak pulled off a stunning reversal in fortunes and is vowing to do the same for Britain on a platform of fiscal responsibility. And let me stop this report and actually wrap it up with a smile. A group of 20 Operation Smile South Africa volunteers consisting of plastic and reconstructive surgeons, pediatricians, therapists and psychosocial specialists have joined hands with hospital staff of the Nelson Mandela Academic Hospital in Mthatha in an effort to put smiles back on a number of kids' faces. This as in the last few days, an adult and 23 children have received life-changing cleft lip surgery. The Eastern Western Cape MEC for Health, Nomakosazana Meth, praised the work done in the Nelson Mandela Academic Hospital by Operation Smile South Africa. Meth said that these procedures by Operation Smile had not only put a smile back on faces, but also changed lives for the better. She said it was a life-saving effort, and she also quoted, "Kids with cleft lips or palates have serious challenges to speak and eat, and in their communities, stigmas are attached to this. So we are extremely happy that the doctors were able to come to do these operations and put smiles back on the faces of these kids." Hopefully that story put a smile on your face. That's a wrap from the traffic desk. And of course, let's take a peek at your traffic. Graham is standing by.
Thank you so much, Cole. Not wanting to dampen your spirits after that beautiful story, I've got to dive right in with traffic. Let's start in Paarl in the Western Cape. The Veld fire currently blazing on the N1 inbound on De Toyskloof Pass is still ongoing. The left lane is currently closed. Please approach the area with caution. Then moving to Bellville in Cape Town, there is congestion on the R300 northbound. That's the old Paarl Road. You can expect delays this morning. And then moving to KZN, there is ongoing roadworks on the N3 bi-directional between Cato Ridge Interchange and the Hilton Interchange. Lanes are restricted, and yes, you can expect delays. Please be careful, stay safe out on the roads. Let's get into the weather. Thank you. Let's start with a weather update. The SA Weather Service has issued a yellow level 2 warning for severe thunderstorms with potential for strong damaging winds and hail, including heavy rain over the escarpment and eastern Highveld in Mpumalanga, as well as the eastern parts of Limpopo province for today. This could lead to localized flooding of susceptible formal and informal area. The predicted weather is also expected to cause difficulty with regards to driving conditions. The Weather Service has also warned of extremely high fire danger conditions. That's over the David, Kruiper, Khai, Garib and Case local municipalities. That's in the Northern Cape. Now, thousands of hectares of grazing land has of late been destroyed by wildfires in parts of the Northern Cape. Many farmers obviously suffering huge losses. If you can put your hand up and help in that space, please do that. Now, for our final weather update this morning, we've got some beautiful pics to take you through. Charmaine Dupré captured this holiday feel. Come on, man, what are you doing to us? Showing off the bold tangerine hues out in Shelley Beach, beautiful part of the world. Diane van der Hoeven from Pennington in KZN sent in a magical view. This one showing off how blessed we really are, from soft sand to beautiful oceans. Breathe it in. Louis Pereira from Oak Dean snapped his beautiful floral view, from flowers to the sun peeking through the trees. Beautiful composition there. Calming view this morning. That's how I want to start my day. And Jocelyn from Umhlanga Stands shared this magnificent ocean view from the holiday resort she's currently spending some much needed tranquil time away. Oh my word, take me there please. Well, if we can't get there, you send there to us. Send more of your sunrise images through to us on our WhatsApp line 063 408 8863. Let's see what you've got in store weather-wise, how that's going to be impacting your pictures for the rest of the day. We start in Polokwane, where, the temperatures are climbing. 17 your low, going up to 31 degrees in Bombela, 19 and 31 degrees with a 40% chance of rain. Pretoria ranging between 15 and 29. Johannesburg, 14 and 28. Mahikeng, it's a scorcher, 15 your low, going up to 34 degrees. Klerksdorp ranging between 15 and 33. Kimberley, 13 and 32 degrees. Bloem, your low, 11, going up to 30. Richards Bay, 21 and 30 degrees. Pietermaritzburg, your low, 15, going up to 30 as well with a 41% chance of rain. Durbs ranging between 20 and 29. Mthatha, 70% chance of rain as you start your day on 12 degrees, going up to 26. East London, 13 and 23. In Craddock, your low, 9, going up to 26 degrees. 40% chance of rain there. 43% chance in Gqeberha, going from 14 as your low to 21 degrees. George, your low, 13, going up to 19. Cape Town ranging between 14 and 20 degrees. Looking at the cloud cover, about a 57% chance of rain. Worcester ranging between 8 and 27. Sutherland, 5 degrees, your low, going up to 23 degrees, quite moderate for that part of the world. Uppington, trying, 16 your low, 33 degrees your high. But as we always say, regardless of the weather, make sure it's a beautiful day, and we've got 1 hour left to help you make it the most beautiful day ever.
As you can see, summer is here. The travel bug has bitten. Now plan ahead and enjoy the best South Africa has to offer. Now, if you have a MasterCard in your wallet, then every single one of your weekends and December holiday plans are sorted. That's because when you pay with your MasterCard, you'll get 5% off at the Cape Town cable car and 10% off on the iconic Red Bus tour. If you're in Cape Town, these are must-sees. Now, best of all, as a MasterCard card holder, you can get 100 Rand off your wine tasting when you make a purchase for 500 Rand or more from the seller. You're also able to take advantage of curated offers from 50 wine farms, whether you're looking for online wine offers, dining, accommodation, spa, or some wonderful experiences. That is all sorted for you. Now, to view all of these deals and the qualifying wine farms, just visit priceless.com/travel in South Africa today and choose any of the curated experiences that your heart desires. All the offers are valid until the 31st of December, so you have plenty of time to treat yourself and the whole family.
Thanks very much, Mr. Wasey. Now, if you at home have been enjoying the sounds of Peyton Late, you're in luck because she's about to drop yet another beautiful performance, this time around with Adele's Make You Feel My Love.
Nothing that I wouldn't do. Go to the ends of the earth for you to make you feel my love. To make you feel my love.
Yes!
Absolutely wonderful. Thank you very much, Peyton. Late on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Head on over to our social media pages. Let us know what you thought. And of course, we are lucky enough to have one more performance coming up of her latest single, Butterflies, which we are certainly looking forward to. Stick around to your Feel Good Breakfast show. We'll be right back.
Switch to Red, travel the world, and connect anywhere with flight discounts and international roaming. Get the new Samsung Z Flip 4 on a 600-minute Red Core voice plan for 1,339 Rand per month. You save 2,400 Rand and get a free hotel voucher. Plus, trade in and save up to 10,000 Rand with Vodacom, SA's leading network. Available in-store or online. Further together. Vodacom.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso and you're live in S3. Thanks for sticking around. Now tonight on Color Your Plate with Koo at 7 p.m. on SABC2. Now the bottom 6 contestants enter their first elimination challenge for the competition, showcasing the versatility of Koo's fruit range. They will have 90 minutes on the clock to prepare a delicious and creative baked item. Now joining the panel as a guest judge is award-winning media personality Pearl Modiari. So don't miss out on tonight's episode at 7 p.m. for Inspiration Plus to see who makes it through to the next round of the competition. Just take a look at this.
This Tuesday evening at 7 on Color Your Plate with Koo. It's a sugar rush in the kitchen as the bottom 6 enter their first elimination challenge.
Still struggling, but it's getting there.
It burned. My cookies burned.
And joining the judging panel is one of Mzansi's biggest stars.
Pearl Mudia Dia.
This is a trick I'm going to steal. Don't stress me out.
That's Color Your Plate with Koo. Tuesday evenings at 7, only on SABC2.
Keep it going. Keep that note going, man. So basically, everyone can sing. Everybody can sing in this studio except me. Welcome back, guys. Great to have you and these guys on the couch and you joining us as well. And during the last few weeks, we've been raising awareness around lactose intolerance and, more importantly, how to manage it. And that's thanks to Nolac's lactose-free range from clover. Amazing stuff. To see just how much has been learned and onboarded, we are putting our two intrepid presenters to the test in our Be Free lactose-free quiz.
What does it mean to be intrepid?
Brave.
Oh, there we go. We are indeed.
Yeah, no, you are. You bravely go into this space. So I'm going to ask you guys some questions, okay? You'll each have an opportunity to answer together. Who gets it right obviously wins a point, okay?
That's cool.
No, this is more of kind of a test of pride.
Okay.
See how much you've been taking on board.
Don't go too deep now, you know what I mean? It's just, late the male gordos and lactose.
I think what's hit me hardest through this journey is a lot of people are affected by this, okay?
Yeah,
so it's not for you, it's for our community, our lactose tribe.
All right.
All right, so we are going to start with our first question, okay? And this one is a true or false question. Okay. Lactose intolerance is caused by a deficiency of an enzyme in the body called lactase.
True.
He's going with true?
I need to go with true as well.
You need to do it.
I need to do it. So
you know, my daughter says, I can need to. I can like to want to need to.
I can need to want to.
Okay, let's give that answer. Dun, dun, dun. It is indeed
true.
Yay!
Congratulations. Yeah. Lactose breaks down the lactose found in, or lactase rather, the lactose in your foods, and the absence of this enzyme causes lactose intolerance symptoms.
It doesn't lactate.
The lactase hits the lactose. Right now.
I'm feeling a bit of indigestion coming on here. Hang on. Okay, so both off the blocks. Brilliant.
Thank you.
Question 2. Is lactose in dairy products a sugar or a preservative?
I think it's a sugar.
It is a sugar because it's naturally occurring.
Yeah.
It's not a preservative.
The O's and the A's.
The O's and the A's.
Yeah, the O's and A's in bio. Remember, A's was the enzymes and O's was more of the, like glucose and sucrose. And
are you serious right now?
Yeah. So the A's...
I did bio in grade 10.
Yes.
So
so ASE has always been like the enzymes, and OSE...
You know, right now, there is a bio teacher going, yes!
Like 3 years.
Listen to me. Well done, man. Okay, let's move on to question 3. Okay, well, let's get the answer. Yes, lactose is a sugar found in dairy products. Exactly. Well done, guys. Off to a flying start. Question 3. Name 2 symptoms of lactose intolerance.
Okay.
So should we pick one or one each?
Go for it. We've covered a few, so give me 2. You can do it.
I'm going to go with flatulence.
Yeah.
I'll go with bloatedness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indigestion could also be there.
Yeah. Nausea, a bit of nausea as well. That could also be there.
Skin reactions as well.
Oh, let's have a look. Yeah. Nausea, bloating, diarrhea, stomach cramps, eczema.
There we go.
Well you guys, medical level of knowledge.
That was like from a terminological point of view right in there.
We were trying our best.
We were A'ing and O'ing.
Let's see if they can get an A's in the next question.
Let's go.
Question 4 is, what is the macronutrient in milk that is required in large amounts for bone growth and repair?
Oh, that's an easy one.
Wrong answers only.
Yes, here we go. Hold on.
No,
really? I'd like to.
Kerosene.
Yes.
It's calcium, right?
Yes.
It's got to be.
Calcium.
Calcium. Ah, you see.
Look at you going all macro.
It's not it's calcium. Absolutely beautiful. Well done, guys. You're acing this. Let's get on to our final question, and it's a yes or no.
All right.
Can lactose intolerance be cured?
Ooh. It cannot be cured. You can treat the symptoms by adjusting from a dietary point of view, and from substitutions like, of course, clover Nolac.
Yes.
You can emancipate yourself from the effects.
You can then still enjoy dairy, but without the added...
flatulence. Let's go for it.
No, I'm going to say, not cured, but lactase interventions. Yes.
There is no treatment for lactose intolerance, sadly, but yes, you can mitigate. And in most cases, do away with the symptoms by making a little shift. Well done, guys. Give yourselves
It's like that thing, and I know we've discussed it like ad nauseum.
Yeah.
That there's no cure for being a Tottenham supporter. It's one of those things.
Yeah,
you need treatment in terms of your symptoms. Take off your shirt.
Unfortunately, it's terminal. In North London, it's terminal, man. If you too are challenged with lactose intolerance, the good news is that you can still enjoy dairy again, and that's thanks to Clover No-Lac, lactose-free range of milk and dairy snacks with added calcium and vitamin D to keep you healthy and strong. And if you'd like to win a No-Lac hamper, just go head-to-head with another participant in our next No-Lac quiz. Then head over to Expresso's social pages, give it an enter and give it a shot. Terms and conditions can be found on expressoshow.com. All the best of luck. No signs and symptoms showing just now, eh?
No, we're good. I'm good.
Made with love by Clover.
All right, so let's get busy with this wonderful ingredient that is our No-Lac, and we're going to go for the dairy snack in this case, and we are whipping up something that has got me excited just on the name, Sloppy Joe in a bowl. Yeah, baby. There are so many great classic flavors in an amazing Sloppy Joe, and this next recipe gives it a great spin by serving it in a bowl. Perfect for a busy weeknight and a scrumptious way to wake up those taste buds. Nonamiso is going to do the duty for us this morning.
Yes.
There's a lot going on here. There is a lot of flavor moving into this little neck of the woods.
Yeah, so we're starting off with some onions and some green pepper. We're going to saute those, and some garlic, the way you'd make a sloppy joe. So really, in many ways, anyone can do this.
So explain to me, what is a sloppy joe at its heart? It's mince, right?
Mince, right?
Mince.
That's all it is.
It's just saucy, sloppy mince.
Yes.
I love it.
And so we're sauteing this. You want to just saute particularly the onions until they're translucent. So what I love about this is that this is a simple recipe, relatable recipe. Anyone can do this at home.
I mean, we are using what looks like a beautiful couscous to kind of temper the sloppiness, which I love. I have to say, though, like a sloppy joe for me, done as like in the style of a bunny chow, like a halved out like that, is cool, I know, but we're trying to lessen the more complex carbs, okay? So we're going for more simplistic carbs, which is great, okay? No, I also absolutely love the texture of this. I think it's a great addition.
Yes.
That's a whole lot of dried chili, eh?
It is, it is. If you want a little bit of a kick there. I was going to say, if you're not into couscous, you could also use brown rice or any type of rice, and then
I like actually the notion of like a nice kind of whole grain or something that's got a bit of substance to it in that sense. And this becomes a really nutritious meal.
Yes.
It really is.
It's like the options are endless. You could have it with nachos.
Yeah. Oh, get out.
Yeah,
no,
right?
get out of the
I know.
Okay, so some mustard is now joined the party.
Yes.
And
let me actually add the mince. I'm busy talking here, and I'm.
No, sorry,
You have that effect, hey? Do you want to prepare the dressing for us? Our sauce.
Okay, so what is going on here? We've got a bit of coriander for the freshness, a little bit of herbaceousness. You can, of course, go with the fresh parsley if you detest the flavour of coriander, like some people do. And, of course, the hero here is our No-Lac.
Yes.
Okay, so how much am I using? Oh, I suppose as much
just
as
like
you need.
use about 5 spoons.
And it is so delicious, and it really is a game changer. Honestly, if you suffer from any kind of lactose intolerance in any degree, this is a game changer. Absolutely, especially if you've got little ones, because yogurt is such a, it becomes such a staple in every household. And when you don't have access to those two things, how do you get the calcium? How do you get the growing factor in those little bodies?
Yeah.
Okay, so my No-Lac has gone in. I'm adding a little bit of lemon juice to temper the chili. Is this all going in?
Yes, it is.
A bit of salt and pepper. Okay, looks like
salt and pepper. And you do want to chop that for me?
I will chop that up. Just as my punishment. I love this. So it's a bit of a zinginess to kind of temper the richness of our sloppiness.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so I think then as I'm preparing the mince here, so you're going to chop that and add that in, and then we're going to add our mince onto our dish, and you want to present it nicely because we learned earlier that presentation matters.
It really does.
Yeah.
I mean, half the battle with my kids is one on presentation. Look, I probably could have chopped that a little bit finer, but that'll do for now. I find the coriander is so powerful. So if you're going to use it, make sure there's some other powerful flavors to balance that out. I think that's why it works
So wait,
well.
is it coriander or parsley that you dislike?
It's coriander. It's just too much.
It's just coriander.
Yeah, man. But I'm learning. I'm trying.
And although I did hear somewhere that you can eat dry coriander.
Yeah. So maybe that's the way you can temper this. But I think the sauce would really benefit from a freshness.
Yeah.
And then you compile your bowl in the way that you like it. We've got our couscous. We've got our beautiful sloppy joe. We've got some fresh chilies in there. Absolutely beautiful. And rounded off with a little bit of cheese. Absolutely exquisite, delicious meal, and thanks to the no-lac, you are lactose free. Enjoy.
Yes.
I feel like I should taste some more.
It is.
When I was diagnosed with cancer at 32, thankfully I had illness insurance from Old Mutual. I was able to pay all the extra unexpected costs, and then, with the help of my financial advisor, I was able to invest the rest of my lump sum payout. I didn't expect this to happen to me, but the insurance has been a great relief.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, it is indeed. It is a Tuesday morning, and thanks for choosing to spend the start of a brand new day with us. It is always such a pleasure to be with you on your Feel Good Breakfast show.
So it might be our last week of Hopetober. We're very, very sad about that, but we are feeling more hopeful than ever because this Hopetober, Adcock Ingram OTC sponsors of Brave made it their mission to spread hope throughout Mzansi and give you the chance to win 2,000 Rand cash daily.
Absolutely. And this week, we want to hear all about who inspired hope for you. And our lucky winner this morning is, cue the drum roll, please, Master G. And there she is, looking ever so lovely. And this is what VG wrote. She said, I've been inspired by Dr. Imtiaz Suleiman from Gift of the Givers. He has given me so much confidence just by listening to his motivational speeches about the work they do and reassuring me that there is hope for South Africa. God bless him. Hashtag Hopetober and hashtag sponsors of Brave. What a beautiful message.
That was amazing. I actually want to chat to you. Hello, Viji.
Hi there, how are you?
So good. Welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. How does it feel to be a winner today?
It feels awesome.
Oh, man, I bet it does. Especially, like, what, 8 o'clock in the morning? You've just woken up at 8:30 and now here you are winning 2,000 Rand. And you shared a beautiful message about Dr. Suleiman and the work that they do at Gift of the Givers, and obviously that's given you hope. So what advice would you give to someone in need of some hope right now?
Okay, we've learned so much from Dr. Suleiman, and whatever he's done, we can do as well. Even if it's just a little bit, we can start.
Yeah, I love that. Every little bit counts, eh?
Just start where you are.
Yeah.
Love it. Viji, also a big thing is that you got some money now. Where does the money go to?
You know, I was just thinking about it. Maybe I should give it back to the Gift of the Givers.
Oh, my word. Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow. I'm sure that they would appreciate that very, very much. Take some time to think about it. But, I mean, it's incredible for you to just, in this moment, just to have such a generous heart to think, yes, I've just won something and I'm going to plow it back into the community. So congratulations to you one more time. And thank you so much for inspiring hope in us.
Thank you. And thanks for a great show.
Hey. Thank you, Viji. Giving us hope.
Giving,
I feel good.
That's why you like Gift of the Givers. You are a gift.
Wow.
And you love giving. Thank you so much, Viji. Well done. And of course, we'd like to give you something more. In fact, if you want to, still stand a chance to win 2,000 Rand cash daily for the rest of October, courtesy of Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave. Here's what to do.
Simply answer this week's competition question on the Expresso Show Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram pages. And of course, as you do so, don't forget to hashtag Hopetober and hashtag sponsors of Brave. Hopetober is a month of hope brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave, inspiring communities one pharmacy at a time.
So hope, yes, comes in many forms, and when we look forward to the future of this music industry, hope has come to us this morning in the form of a 16-year-old singing sensation, Peyton Late, who has tackled 2 massive songs already and shown us the prowess of the voice. But there seems to be something deeper driving you here, and you have this wonderful platform now. What is your hope? What does hope mean to you, girl?
Well, hope, I feel like, is something that's going to support you in the future. So for me, hope was my music career. So your dreams are possible if you strive for them. You're going to get there, but it's going to be difficult, and you just need to do it for yourself.
Yeah, man, have the fortitude to see it through. Well, we've seen what she can do, heard what she can do with this incredible instrument that she has. Now let's get her music writing chops here. This is an exclusive television performance of her own song. It's Butterflies. Take it away.
Heart flutters, I stutter every time I see you. I start, you smile. I wish you were mine, you give me butterflies. You give me wings to fly. And you may not know me, but I see you only, and I just thought you should know. Cheeks blush, fingers brush, you look my way. Stolen glances, I wish you were mine, you give me butterflies. You give me wings to fly. And you may not know me, but I see you only, and I just Just thought you should know. Butterflies. Just want you to know.
Yes! I hope they were watching. I hope they were watching right now. Oh, that was beautiful. How did that feel?
It felt so good to be able to share my music this morning.
Your music is incredible. Your songwriting is exquisite. To find that balance in that space is amazing. The fact that you're doing this at your age is mind-blowing, and I say that with all due respect. Peyton Late, remember that name. Where can we find you on TikTok?
TikTok, I haven't started up yet,
Okay,
but
you
we are
better.
getting there.
Do it, girl, because I would imagine there are a legion of hungry fans.
Yes.
You can find you Peyton_sings
Yes,
on
on
Instagram. And of course, you'll see her all over our socials as well. Go and show this incredible young singer and songwriter some love. So proud of you, man.
Thank you
Well
so much.
done. Let underprivileged children unwrap a smile this festive season. Safripol has again partnered with the amazing Angel Network and Toy Kingdom to collect your pre-loved toys to be re-gifted this festive season to those who need it the most.
You can donate your pre-loved toys at any participating mall or Toy Kingdom, or visit safripol.com for more information. Donate from now until 30 November and again from the 26th of December to the 15th of January 2023.
Come join us in helping them unwrap a smile.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso on S3. And let me tell you about a talented young man who has never, ever been afraid of a challenge and has never been afraid to challenge himself. From starting his own entertainment company, Deep Soul Cape Town, who focuses on creating platforms for aspiring artists and, of course, releasing original music. And today we will see him action from being an R&B and pop vocalist to changing it up and become a gospel singer. Ladies and gentlemen, the story of Kyle Jonah. That's right, Kyle Jonah. Did you like my intro? Did you like my intro? Did you like it?
I feel hyped up. I feel hyped up. I feel good. Thank you.
I'm glad you do. Now, you've been on the show before. The last time you were on the show, we were wearing the same clothes, which is always good. So let's talk about what's happened since.
Okay, so wow, a lot's happened. So the last time I was here, I was married. So I'm obviously married now for a year and a half.
Thank goodness. The way you said that now. the way you said it, I was married. Sure, sorry, wifey. Okay, so that's still there. Beautiful.
So yeah, we're going strong for a year and a half, and we actually just recently had our first child.
I love you, Daddy. Yes.
So this is just a shout out to Isla. Hello, Isla. You'll see this one day. She's like 2 weeks old now.
Oh my word.
Yeah. So
this is
fresh baby, fresh.
But you look like you sleep, bro.
Do
you fake it well?
Maybe that. Maybe it's just the makeup. And yeah, I've also released 2 gospel tracks with a good friend of mine, Chad Prince. You guys will see him later.
Yes.
He's actually the mastermind behind the 2 songs.
We know Chad very well. I have one of his posters on my wall.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah, he's great. How did you guys connect, you and Chad?
Okay, so as you said, I was in the R&B scene. I still am. I still do live performances with my good friend Darren Govender, the gifted Darren Govender.
Oh, I have his poster on my wall as well.
Okay. And then I think at the beginning of this year, I joined up with the worship team at Desirable Nations Christian Church out in Century City. And I met Chad through that journey. He told me that he had a song that he's been writing, and yeah, we just took it from there. We basically just collaborated, shared some ideas on the song, and yeah, now I'm sitting here about to perform one of them for you guys. So,
I can't wait to be lifted. I love that about gospel music. It always lifts you up. It's the best thing ever. But I think everybody's got a premise for getting into gospel music. What was yours? I mean, I know there's so much prosperity happening in your life right now.
Yeah.
What made you do the turn?
Well, it's always something that's been kind of part of my journey. I've always been attending church. I've sang at church from a young age, an early age. And I think it was just a matter of time before I kind of like took it full on, took the bull by the horns. So I think it was just a matter of time. Yeah, I think it was inevitable that I'd make the switch. I think it's also just suited to my vocals, and there's a deep love and connection that I have with the Lord. So I just think it's appropriate.
Yeah. Got a great name now, so, you know, Kyle Jonah, there's something about it, something biblical about the name. You know, I like it, and it makes sense. I know there are people watching you now and looking at all the passion that you exude. You're sitting here, you've got this just great sort of thing about you, an energy about
thank you.
You're in the right place at the right time, and it's for you. And I think a lot of singers and songwriters, they need a bit of hope at the moment. So if you could talk to them, the aspiring ones that would like to enter the industry meaningfully, as you have, what would you say to them? A message of hope?
Firstly, don't give up. Don't give up. You will receive a lot of no's in the industry. It is a tough industry to break into, the music industry. But just don't give up. Perseverance, commitment to your dream. And yeah, just keep pushing. Keep pushing. I think hope it's important. It kind of speaks of a optimistic mindset, which I think is vital in this industry. It can get tough, but just keep pushing, and perseverance should get you through the door eventually.
Thank you so much for that. I think most people If you ever had a no in your life, just listen to those words. You know, a no doesn't necessarily mean that the path is over for you. It means that you diverge and you go to another path, which could lead you to more prosperity. So, Carl Jonah, thank you for being a part of the show today.
Thank
We're
you for
looking forward to
having
be
me.
lifted. And, of course, there's a song called You're Always There
Yes,
that I am
love
ready
that
for
song.
as well. That's going to be beautiful. So, if you would like to hear that and be lifted on your Feel Good Breakfast show, stick around. Carl Jonah performs in the next couple of minutes.
Did you hear that, G? Perseverance will get you through the door.
100%,
You know what else will get you through the door? A MasterCard. Now listen up, if you have a MasterCard in your wallet, then every single one of your weekends and December holiday plans are sorted.
Yes.
That's because when you pay with your MasterCard, you will get 5% off at the Cape Town cable car and 10% off on the iconic Red Bus tour.
Oh, man, and Carl gave us all FOMO on the Red Bus tour, man. It looked amazing.
Absolutely.
I think best of all, as a MasterCard holder, you can also get 100 Rand off your wine tasting when you make a purchase of 500 Rand or more from that particular seller. You're also able to then take advantage of these especially curated offers from 50 different wine farms. So you really are sorted. So whether you're looking for online wine offers, a dining accommodation, a spa with your bay, some wonderful experiences. It's
You could take one of those
experiential.
pictures like that.
Exactly,
Yeah?
man.
And then just make sure you engage that.
That could be you and me, man. In fact,
could be us.
Yeah, that was
That
me
should-
and
that
Ryle
could
when
be
my
us.
hair was longer. Just definitely like that.
So listen up, to view all of those deals and the qualifying wine farms, go on and visit priceless.com/travel in South Africa. Do that today and choose any of those curated experiences that your heart desires. And all of the offers are valid until the 31st of December, so you've got plenty of time to treat yourself and the whole family.
So we've curated an experience for you with a bit of upliftment at the end of your Feel Good Breakfast show. And of course, Carl Jonah is here with a new song with singer and songwriter and producer. I said singer because Chad might sing a little later. Chad Prince is on the keys. So here's a song called You're Always There. Enjoy.
my life again, make me whole again. Holy Spirit, you are here. 'Cause in a time of turmoil, you're there. Whenever I am anxious, you're there. And in the time of sorrow, I know you're there.
give you the words.
Wow. That was absolutely stunning. It was beautiful. And also, I must just say, Chad Prince, hats off, songwriter and producer of the song. You're always there. That was gorgeous. If you'd like some more, I'd like you to stay there. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso here in S3.
Tropica is back with the best of the best in the All-Star Season 10 of Tropica Island of Treasure. All the stars are competing to win big, and so can you. Simply buy a Tropica promo pack, follow the details and enter for your chance to win your share of thousands of smooth prizes. The more you buy, the more chances you stand to win. Catch the All-Star Season of Tropica Island of Treasure this Saturday evening at 6:30 only on S3. Tropica, nothing smoother.
We got you covered. 24-hour long wear, new skincare and ingredients, better skin by the day, diverse shades, transfer resistant and waterproof, for all skin, for every life. New Color Stay Long Wear Makeup.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso here in S3, and if you just stepped in, Carl Jonah was with Chad Prince. We did a substitution. Darren Govender has come in for a song that's going to make you feel good, inspired by Lyra.
Yeah. I just wanna feel good every day. I wanna wear a smile upon my face. I wanna feel the joy of the day. I wanna be alive in every moment. Yeah. Ooh, oh. I just wanna feel good. Yeah. Oh, oh, I just wanna feel good. Hey. 1, 2, 3, sing it la 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 Let's go. Hey, sing it la 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 la. Hey, la 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 la. Sing it la 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 la.
This spring, here's to Mother Nature and all the other mums who bring wonders into our world. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.